Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to the show with the most bang for your buck because, well, there's no bucks involved. It is a free show. I am Bobby Bryan, and I'm here, as always, with my co-host Dave and my co-host Jason, and with our powers combined, we form the cast of this motley crew that is, we regret this already.
Okay.
Very nice.
Yeah, Jason's still not here today, but we got to figure it out.
For sure. You know, life happens.
Life is happening.
Life is definitely happening.
Life is happening. It's also ending. Yeah, I'm sorry. I've just now pressed record, but me and Dave have been talking for at length about Kirk's death. I mean, that's all anybody can talk about right now. And where we left off was how muddied the waters are of what to believe.
For sure.
Like, we're going back and forth about the items of knowledge that we came across, and Mauser 300. What is it called?
Supposedly it was a Mauser, and it was 30-06.
And what do you know about that gun?
Not much. I just know it's old.
Old? How old?
I don't know. World War I, II, somewhere in there. I mean, it's old enough to be just an old wooden stock, old school rifle.
And what do they remake those? Do they still make those? Are they still in,
Nah, I don't think so.
No?
Nah, I think you're just going to get like military surplus, I would imagine.
Whoa. So the ammo for something like this, hard to find, easy to find?
Expensive if you do, I'd imagine. I don't know. What's 30-06 is just a, I don't know. I don't know too much about them. That's just what I've heard, of course, and like you were just saying, how muddy the waters are. Who knows what it was, but it's supposedly a Mauser 30-06.
Mauser 30-06. Let's take a look at here. We got that looks like an old fucking gun, dude. I mean,
There's nothing new about it in a sense.
But I guess you can get a newer version of that gun. Like, you see, we got a Mauser M18 Springfield here. That looks like a fucking brand new version of the gun, a newer version. Mm-hmm. So I guess they're still kind of making these guns. It can't be like find one.
Yeah,
right
maybe
here
out of stock. Maybe the company itself. I don't know. I don't know too much about Mausers. I just know when I think Mauser, I think of an old school World War II one gun kind of deal.
Yeah,
it's something that's not modern. That's for sure. To me, anyways, and most people would probably agree with that. That's not a modern type rifle.
I mean, that it seems like an odd choice, right?
Very odd.
Odd choice
to
for
me.
The first thing I thought was like, it's a hunting rifle, which is probably a better choice for a sniper shot. But again, I mean, going back to the muddiness of the information that is today's super highway of data.
For sure.
It's confusing. I don't know. So
it's exhausting is the better word.
What I heard Benny Johnson say was a dude was dating a tranny who was getting ready for surgery. The tranny is cooperating with the FBI, giving them all the messages and all that stuff. But I mean, it seems like another tranny shooter. Apparently, I mean that's the message that was the question that Kirk was being asked when he got shot, was how many trans shooters there were. He said too many. The questioner said something about, I give you that, 5 is too many. And then begin to ask how many people have been killed in mass shootings or something like that. And then Kirk asked, are you including gang violence? And then he was shot. So are you including gang violence? Yeah. Those were his last words. Are you including gang violence? And then being killed, like, in a conversation, doing something he loved, though, that's crazy.
I mean, what are the chances that he's talking about some violence and then some violence happens, right? But
for him, it was probably pretty high because, like, that's what he did. That was his.
Oh, he ruffled feathers.
Yeah.
For sure.
So the chances of him talking about violence or gang violence or shooting or even weapons, you got to think that's got to be at least 25 to 30% of the conversation that these college kids are trying to get him on. You know, they're trying to prove him wrong about gun violence, and then that's their number one go-to. It's probably more than 30. I'd say shit, it's probably in the 40, 50% percentile. Nah, probably not that much, but either way, that's the go-to argument is well, gun control, you know. And even right after he got shot, these goddamn politicians immediately started, even the students too. There were you can hear some of the interviews. Like, I was watching the news as it happened, and Fox was interviewing some of the students, and they were talking about, oh yeah, you know, gun control. Like even the students right after it happened, it didn't seem like there was a lot of students there that were being interviewed that supported Kirk. I mean, not on the channel I was watching, but it looked pretty gross to see that right after the dude got shot. It's like, well, this is why you need gun control. It's like, well, there's already laws against murder.
Yeah.
There's laws.
Any form of murder.
There's laws against shooting somebody. So there's laws against murder. There's laws against shooting somebody. There's laws against even pointing a gun at somebody.
And I'm pretty sure there's laws against the fact that you're on a college campus with a rifle.
Okay, that's a fourth law broken.
There's a gun-free zone.
Gun-free zone,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I mean, there's several laws in place.
Yeah.
So the thing is, what law? No. Okay, so what law would there be against hunting rifles? You know, that's not even. You know, we just talked about it. It's a 30-06 or whatever, and there's no laws against, you know, bolt action fucking rifles, are there? I mean, do you know of any? I mean, you're more in the gun scene. I mean,
not that I know.
Bolt action, that's a pretty...
It's a pretty simple thing to manipulate and all that. You're not really doing no... I mean, you can do some damage with it, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, but it's not...
a belt-fed bolt action.
It's not a...
You know what I mean?
Even if it was, you're still bolt actioning.
Yeah,
you know, how fast can one...
Not very.
This seems like, okay, so out of all the mass shootings that we hear about, none of them take place with a bolt action. I have not heard of a single mass shooting take place with the bolt action. So I don't see what law would have helped Kirk in this situation anyway, you know? I mean,
yeah. I mean, when you stand on what you believe and talk about it enough, and you ruffle enough feathers like somebody did, like whether it's him or anybody else for that matter, you know, look back in history and you can see some of the stuff that
MLK, Malcolm X,
JFK, the whole
Bobby Kennedy,
Lincoln, you know, these people got publicly assassinated too.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about Martin Luther King. Didn't he get shot in like a hotel or something like that?
On a balcony though.
Something like that. Was he in? I don't know if he was necessarily in a crowd of people though. But I mean, look at Abe Lincoln. He was shot in a theater in front of a bunch of people. You know, JFK in a parade of people. You know, like these people are publicly assassinated, and then you got this guy. He's got thousands of people standing in front of him, and now you got phones out and all that, and he was publicly assassinated. And it's like,
well, Trump almost got publicly assassinated.
That too.
And I keep going back to this. So in the 60s, 63, JFK gets assassinated, and right after that, I don't know if it was his brother or... Yeah, I think it was his brother, and then MLK. Mm-hmm. I don't know where Malcolm X got assassinated in that time.
Another one there too, yeah, for sure.
But to me, it went. This goes back to this long, in-depth conversation I want to have about the pendulum of the, I guess, the political like realm as a whole. Like the way all of society feels. Like if there were a universal subconscious that we could all tap into, like what is the feeling of the culture as it stands at this time? And we can take a measurement by looking at a pendulum and seeing like, okay, so in the 60s, they were going away from Jim Crow and trying to end segregation. Mm-hmm. And there were certain spokespersons for that, and they were important, influential, you know, Malcolm X and MLK, for example. And the pendulum was on the left side. It was heading in the right direction because it was trying to make progress. The left is for progress. The right is for, tradition. So those things are both good. You need both things always at all times.
A healthy balance of it.
A healthy balance of both things. So, when there's too much traditionalism being held for too long, that's when the pendulum forces itself to the other way. It's like just the geopolitical aura, as it were. So in the 60s, the pendulum was swinging to the left, and people were resisting that. That's why there were all the assassinations of the 60s, but it was a huge movement. It was a palpable feeling. I mean, I wouldn't know, I wasn't there, but the people who were there describe it as a time in their lives that was uncomparable to any other time. And
I can believe that.
Yeah. So, and these are people that were born, let's say, in the 40s. So they're born in the 40s. They experience the 60s in their 20s, or, and so these people probably still 80 years old right now. They probably still back that notion that the 60s were the most influential time of the period, 20th century. So that's when the pendulum was too far on the right. It forced itself to the left. And as it did, there was a lot of resistance in that swing, because moving away from traditionalism into progressiveness, that's a scary notion, and it shouldn't happen too quickly. It needs to be gradual, but it does need to be constant. So with that kind of forceful, quick, rapid swing, it feels like that's kind of happening now. Like we just came from an era where the pendulum had been, okay, so let's go back to just the time I can speak of. So in the 90s, it was pretty progressive. We got like Clinton in the White House, I think, and we have the birth of gay rights, abortion, rights are coming up. There's all kinds of women are entering the office workplaces, and like they're becoming CEOs, and this is the time where Ally McBeal, I mean, it was a time of progression in the 90s. And then Friends, I mean,
it was great.
And then come like the 2000s, we go to war. And Bush is in the White House, and then we got a strong surge of patriotism, nationalism, and the pendulum goes the other way. Muslims are getting fucked up in the streets, and there's a sense of
it's definitely a unification of Americans.
Yeah,
is what it felt like to me.
Yeah,
it was a proud moment to be an American.
Nationalism. It was and that's another trait of that pendulum. You can measure where the pendulum like swings, and you can see how it's going. And on that, during the 2000s times, we were angry and we were at war, and we loved our country, and it was different.
That it was.
Fast forward to Obama, 2008, 2009, and the pendulum goes back the other way. Now the country's feeling like, man, we're done with war. We need to have more compassion. We need a black president. We need change. We're done with these old white folks taking all of our money and causing all the wars and doing, so you can see that natural swing. It just happens of its own accord. And it's society as a whole, like a universal subconscious, like a consciousness that we all kind of take part in. So Obama's 8 years, and, we all see how that goes. We got Obamacare and all the fuckery, how that ended up. And then with this Obama thing, though, it seems like it was almost another fast swing, like maybe the beginning of the pendulum speeding up, because that's when a lot of identity and group politics started to kind of rise up and bubble up in the world.
Because he came in, Trump's first one was 16, right?
Yeah, he
16 to 20, right?
Yeah. So Obama was 2008.
Yeah, to 16,
16.
Mm-hmm.
And so we see that that speed, the rapidity of that pendulum go far to, Obama just like yanked it to the left. Yeah. And society helped it. We were all too ready to see that change. Maybe we weren't ready for it, you know, or we wanted to see it happen so quickly that we didn't allow it happen of its own accord, or whatever the case is. It's like we forced it along, society, and we got Obama in there, and it wasn't right. Like it was almost unnatural.
Yeah.
You know, like, because it didn't work. You know, Obamacare never happened. I never got my legal weed. There was all kinds of shit, you know, like.
And then I got penalized too if I didn't all of a sudden. You know, you're like,
insurance.
what?
Yeah, all of a sudden
What just happened?
That was a weird thing. Yeah,
Very weird.
Like
very weird.
You get taxed for not having insurance.
Yeah.
Right. That was like, what the fuck? Thank you, Obama. You fucking over the working class.
Yeah.
You know, and the people you're supposed to be standing up for. So we saw that fell miserably, and then because we saw it fell miserably, the pendulum went way back the other way with Trump. Now, Trump did something, again, that was incredible. He advanced the speed of the pendulum even further and even faster. Now, what happened with that was an extremist view that wasn't there previous. Like, it was there, but it wasn't as prevalent. And I'm talking about Nazis and KKK type motherfuckers being more influential in their groups or whatever, and it's causing more of that division to sow out into the world. Like, it used to be very secluded to just the KKK meetings on, you know, every first of the month or whatever the fuck. But now it just seemed like after Obama and with the birth of Trump, more racism kind of started to come out and make itself more prevalent.
I mean, but you also got to think who's pushing that narrative and who's pushing, you know, who's putting all that kind of information out to you.
It's not just about the information. Like, before Trump,
got to be about it.
It's not just it's about my actual tangible experiences, like the things that I see in the world. So I saw that after Trump got elected, more people were empowered to say whatever the fuck they want to say because that's what their president did. You know what I mean? He spoke his mind. So, and I'm not saying that that's what Trump believes, but it let people be the most ugly versions of themselves and not give a fuck about it. That's what I'm trying to say, is that after Trump got elected, I felt like more people hit me with the como se llama than anything. You know, after going to the, like, before Trump, I don't think
like in the funny. What are you trying to like?
No,
like
like on some disrespectful shit, like at a store, or if I show up at a customer's house, they're like, "You're not Bobby. You're not who I spoke to on the phone." You know, because my speaking voice doesn't match my physical attributes. Like, I'm clearly a brown man. You know, but there, and then
light skinned brown. Yeah, for sure.
So that was one incident, and these incidents, they just stayed with me a lot. Like, and I don't know if it was because I was an adult and I noticed it more, or if it was just because I was extra sensitive to it. But either way, so we have the one dude who literally confronts me at his doorstep, saying that I'm not who he spoke to because my speaking voice didn't match what he expected. And we literally had a 30 second to a minute conversation about like who I am, which is something that had never happened before.
As far as what did he ask you?
He was saying that I wasn't the person that he spoke to on the phone.
Oh, okay.
And he couldn't believe that I was in fact that person. Another one was before that, actually, when I was riding with Adam, and we go to a job site, and this guy's remodeling, or he's got a slab or some shit that we're doing some major work on, and Adam goes up to him. He says, "Hey, I'm Adam. You know, nice to meet you." And the guy introduces himself, and then I show up, and on the scene, and I'm like. He says, "Hola, como se llama?" You know, after speaking clear English to Adam, he greets me with some Spanish, which I hate the term microaggression. I really fucking do, dude. That term triggers me. And I hate that word too. Triggered. Yeah. But I feel like those are the only words that I have to describe those kinds of actions. When somebody's like, oh, look, como se llama? It's like, motherfucker. And I'm like, I looked at Adam like, dude, what the fuck? Like, and then Adam's like, no, this one speaks English or something like that. which further pissed me off. You know what I mean? It's like, dude.
Hey, but that's Adam right there. At least you know him, but yeah, I can see how that would make you
and
upset
it's like,
for sure.
it's just like,
good Lord.
So, okay, and then there's that. And then I got another one for you, man. Like, I'm at a store, and I'm in line. There's some dude behind the counter having a transaction with some gentleman, normal transaction. I show up to the line, and he hits me with that fucking hola, that fucking como estás bullshit. And I'm like, bro. I say, what the fuck did you just say to me, dude? Like, are you, how dare you? You know what I mean? First of all, I'm born right here in fucking Texas, San Antonio. And we speak English here half the time.
Yeah, or at least a solid blend of it, for sure.
It's just it's hard to describe not being able to speak Spanish, but being brown, and then having conversations with people both from my own race who are disappointed that I don't speak Spanish, and or white people who probably speak more Spanish than I do, who assume that I'm willing to entertain a Spanish conversation with them just because I'm brown.
Yeah. I mean, I'll tell people I'm German. The first thing they say is, do you still speak German? I've had old German ladies who are like, when they start speaking German as if I'm supposed to just know it. I'm like, you clearly see that I showed up with this whole like twang to my voice. I obviously don't sound like a German.
No, that's a rough one. Here in Texas, there's a shit ton of German providences, and you know that.
And I know that, but
we're living in one right here. Shirts.
I'm guilty for not knowing my own language, though. Kind of similar to what you're saying. I'm a German guy. Well, it's hard to tell that I'm just a German guy. I'm just a white guy, right? Until you find out, just like you wouldn't never know if the guy is, Spanish American or just American, or if he's fucking Venezuelan. You'll have that complexion.
Mexican or South American,
or wherever. You have that complexion, but until you know. But then, yeah, I've definitely gotten hit with the whole like, well, every time almost, and then some of them older ladies in Northeast for sure, well, they start speaking it, I'm like, nah, I don't know. I wish I could. That's cool. Like, I wish I could, and maybe I need to learn it. But at the same time, don't frown upon me because I don't.
No, it's way worse with the goddamn with the Spanish speaking community.
Oh, I believe it. I mean, I'm not going somewhere and they're not hitting me with a German phrase out of the blue, just because I show up and I'm a white guy.
Yeah.
I totally get what you're saying, but I've definitely gotten hit with the whole like, oh, they find out who you, or like what your nationality is or whatever, and then hit you with the, if I would have hit him with I'm French, they were like,
oui,
you know what I mean? It's
omelette du fromage.
Yeah, it's croissant.
Croissant.
It's like I don't know what
my
you're
last
saying.
name is French, and so it's a little, it's so.
I get it in this sense, is what I'm saying. I get it in this sense. I don't get hit with it up front, but I get hit with it on the back end, I guess, if you want to call it that. A little bit. Doesn't really faze me like that.
Yeah, but so I guess my point is that I could feel or I could sense a palpable change in the country during Trump's first term. Like, it emboldened people to be their most ugly. Like I said, that's the only way I can really think about it, is like people were like, fuck it, there was a strong sense of nationalism, and we needed to close the borders during his first term because I believe Obama had kind of a looser stance on immigration, but he still deported people, Where was I going with that? I was talking about Trump emboldened people, and so I think that's that's kind of what we saw after Trump. We saw not the people so much, but the government itself force a pendulum swing back to Biden, in the corruption that was kind of played out in whatever the fuck kind of fuckery happened with the election, the Hunter Biden laptop, all that stuff.
Yeah, who knows, right? Who knows?
I mean, at that point, we probably could have witnessed a small moment of tyranny where our government had successfully, schemed to hold power.
The people. Yeah. And what did we do about it?
We fucking, dude, did you see that map on the election map? You know what I'm talking about?
I don't.
The map of...
I can't. That's the thing, though, is I can't speak. I don't really follow too much politics, man. I try to stay away from it. Of course, it's all in your face most times, man. But I'm pretty ignorant when it comes to politics, and I kind of do that for a reason.
Yo, you here? I can't hear you. Yo, you here?
Hear me?
Yeah, come in.
No.
Yes. Yeah, I try to stay away from
Hold on, we're going to pause it real quick.
smoke break. He's going to come.
And we're back. And this time we have Jose joining us. He just got here. And yeah, that's it. That's the only intro you get.
All right, I didn't think you were going all out intro. I was just gonna be like,
That's
all right,
it.
oh,
I mean,
Jose
hey,
arrived at.
you get
Jose
some
got
fucking
here, that's
music.
it.
Why not?
It's an
I
introduction.
just came through the curtains and shit.
You're in here. You're there. You get your own intro. I like it. I'm gonna do that every time.
I just spreaded beer all over everybody, like that. Stone Cold.
Oh, just fucking get on the fucking ropes. And that's what I need. I need that sound on here. So before you got here, we were talking about, what were we talking about, Davey? We're talking about, I think, had we moved past Kirk yet? No, we were talking about languages and how the expectations of sometimes, we're talking about the pendulum. It was all about the pendulum.
All about the Benjamin. The whole getting como estás and all that stuff. Yeah.
You ever been como estás by a white boy at the store or anything like that? What's that? Like, hola, como estás, señor?
I've done that to like Mexican people.
You've done it.
Well, I know they speak Spanish, right? No, I know they speak Spanish, so I'm like, hey, ¿cómo estás? And then what you call it? And then they'll just talk to me in English.
Yeah.
And I could hear that you got a fucking accent, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Why the fuck you not talking to me back in Spanish?
Yeah.
And then I feel like I disrespected them or something.
Wow.
I'm like, oh shit. Because you know how some people when they're like they work from somewhere else and then they come over here and they're like, don't fucking speak to me in Spanish.
Huh.
I don't know. But they probably weren't Mexican. They probably were like Puerto Rican or some other.
Okay.
Not even Puerto Rican, like
Some others.
another
What if
Latin.
they were like Middle Eastern or Indian?
Then I-
Dot, not feather. Or feather.
Or for either way.
You know, but
Feather or dot.
But you know what's funny? Whenever I see like whenever like we go like Americans or something go somewhere else, and then they're all like speaking to the other person all slow, like they're all like, "How are you? How do I get over here?"
Yeah.
Like I'm like, "Why are you speaking slow?" But it happens to everybody, you know?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I guess. No, but okay, so
Like if you speak slower, they're gonna understand you. Like, come on, if they don't know English, then they're not gonna understand.
yeah. Well, maybe, I don't know, if you slow it down, maybe they'll catch something, maybe if you pronunciate a little more, like where, donde, I don't know.
No, I'm not even speaking like Spanish. It's like when they're over there like talking like Chinese or like because I see some people whenever they go to like Asia and stuff, and then they try to like get information from people and they're just like, I don't know English,
Yeah.
and then they're all like trying to speak to them all slow.
Slower, yeah.
And I'm
Like slower is gonna help.
I
Yeah.
know, like it's crazy.
Why do you think our brain works like that? Like somehow, if we speak slower, if we try harder, that something will come across. You know, maybe if I just try hard, maybe if I use some telepathy, you know, know where's the bathroom.
I think they're trying to like. You think like they're like a kid or something. Like, no, don't do that. Like,
Yeah, that is a weird thing that us humans do.
I've definitely heard that. Yeah, for sure.
I've done it. I've done it to Spanish-speaking people.
Guilty.
Like I slow it down. Like
you know, we're in America. That's fucked up. I didn't fucked up.
well, I mean,
Dude.
it's just
English.
damn.
English.
Yep. We
You know what was funny one time? Oh, at work, right? What you call it? This guy was trying to tell this lady to go to a certain spot, and then he's all go over there, like down the like say there's like A through J, right, or
Okay.
whatever, and then they're all like, hey, go to J, and then the lady starts walking like the opposite way, and then he's all like, go to J, and I started laughing because the lady's deaf.
Oh god.
Damn.
And I was all, you really tried screaming at her? She's not gonna hear you, dude.
You gotta do hand signals. It's a pinky from the top. You'd make a J. That's a J.
And then I tell him, I'm
Right
like,
there.
I don't think she heard you.
Upward, yeah. You gotta just kind of.
That's J. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
J.
it's a J. It's just like that. I think we all remember there. Do we all remember?
I remember my
A,
name. That's it.
B.
You know what I remember? Because when we used to go to movies, and then those dead people would come by. Remember when we used to go eat at that burger spot? And
No.
the Mayan.
Okay.
And then we used to, after the movies, we'll go to the burger spot and we'll eat a burger. They had some big ass burgers. It's not there no more. But we'll eat the burger, and then the dead people will come in, leave you a little like the sign language little pamphlet thing.
Yep.
And then they want like money, I guess.
Yep.
And then that's how I learned how to do my name.
Yeah, I do remember that. I remember that pamphlet.
Yeah, they had the ABCs, I guess, but I just didn't do the rest.
Dude, we used to walk home from military.
Yeah.
And fucking.
Dude, we used to walk from everywhere, dude. I think people don't even believe me. Well, when Vanessa lived in Goliad, remember?
Yeah.
I would go all the way from Goliad. I would walk on a Sunday night. I would try to get a bus, right? But they always passed me up. It was
Yeah.
probably like line up, whatever.
You're a hoodlum looking ass. Though.
And then I would walk from Goliad military all the way to Old Pearsall military.
Damn.
Dude, and then, did I tell you when people would pick me up?
Please
Alright.
do tell.
It was always kind of iffy, but I was like, man, I ain't gonna walk the rest of the way. They would stop. Like, I'll be walking down military, and they'll stop. They'll be like, hey, you need a ride? I was like, yeah, but I'm going all the way to Old Pearsall. Like, it's all right. Get in. It's a dude, though. It's a fucking
God.
dude. And then me, like, I get in, right? It's a car or whatever. And then I just hear the locks go click. Like, you know?
Oh, God.
I'm like, what? Like, I'm not used to automatic locks. or
How old
nothing.
were you during this time?
Nah, I was already like, 14, 15.
God
you know,
damn, that's the time you're not supposed to be taking rides from
I'm
strangers.
like 14, 15.
Like, I don't think you could take a ride from a stranger till you're about
Never.
25.
Hell no. I've been taking rides since
Since 14, 15.
My mammy and pappy used to take a bunch of rides and just in the family.
I've been hitchhiking since hitchhiking was...
I didn't even know I was hitchhiking, but shit. It was a good feeling. Nah, not a feeling. All right. Anyways,
So was it dangerous or what?
it
How did that-
felt kind of like I was like, all right, the door's just locked. How am I gonna open them just in case they try to touch me? You know what I mean?
Oh,
Or
shit.
something happens. You know what
You're
I
already
mean?
thinking of an escape plan.
Yeah. So we're going all the way down. They're trying to like small talk, whatever. And then I'm all like, he's all right. Old Pearsall, right? I was like, yeah, Old Pearsall. So we're going down Old Pearsall, and then, but all the time I take a ride from someone, I always tell them drop me off like 2-3 blocks away. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So this time he turned into the street, and I said, oh, this is where I live. So he's all right. He's all, hey, get my number down. He gave me his number and everything. He's all, anytime you need a ride, just call me. And I was like, all right, cool, thank you. And then I get off the car. I walk into this person's house. No, not house, but the yard. I open their gate, walk into their yard, act like I'm going to the door. And once I turn around and see that he's doing a little U-turn leaving, I just run out the fucking yard to
Dude.
go back down the street.
How fucking
That's
scary.
what I was gonna say. That's a hella sketch.
But you
dude.
know, I'll just take an extra caution. You know, like
The adventures of Jose. at a 14, 15-year-old fucking adolescent. Dude, that is...
No, I'm not doing any of that.
I've definitely got stories
But
like
Matt,
that.
would you want to walk that whole fucking time? I wouldn't be home for like another like more than an hour, more like 2 hours maybe.
Yeah.
I cut that drastically.
Yeah. Shit.
I'd have a bicycle.
We used to have
Oh.
bikes, but they got
Yeah.
either stolen or we
No.
outgrew them.
Well, then I would go whenever I had the bike. I would go from Goliad all the way to Old Pearsall, and then what you call it? That was like nothing. But sometimes you don't want to walk. You know what I mean? If
Yeah.
someone asks you for a ride, I'm taking it. That
You know, speaking about that, the other day I went down Martin and Zarzamora just to kind of cruise down memory lane. I think I was in the area and I took my family down there. And I'm driving down Zarzamora and I pass Martin, I pass Commerce, I get to Guadalupe. And I was like, I wonder, are there still hookers on Guadalupe? And mind you, it's like, I don't know, 2:00 in the afternoon. And I'm like, let's find out. So I turn on the street and I tell my old lady, I was like, man, this street used to be just renowned for prostitution, you know? And she's like, whatever. And then I was like, no, for sure. Like, oh shit, look, there's a couple hookers right there.
Nice.
And she's all like, whatever. And we get closer to them, and to the point where we have a straight fucking view of these two hookers, and they are clearly hookers, like old school fucking hookers, but they're old. You know, they're old and beaten up and just worn out.
Yeah.
You know,
Rode hard and put
yeah,
up wet.
they got the day shift type shit. And you know, they're
You've earned your place, girl.
they got
You
the day
earned it.
They've earned the day
25
shift.
years of dedicated service.
Yep, you get the day shift,
Yeah.
lady.
You get your name on the parking spot. Here
yeah,
you go.
Yeah, just like the daytime strippers, you know. But so yeah, I pointed them out, and she sees them. She's like, "Wow, that's an actual hooker." And I was like, "Yeah, you know, I couldn't believe I still could spot them." You know.
Did you ask him how much?
hey, how much?
No,
Yeah,
the kids were with me.
Oh,
Otherwise, you know,
fuck. God,
Slightly,
fuck.
slightly inappropriate.
would have had me a couple of my first hookers.
Yeah.
No, but I don't think she had ever seen a hooker before, and that was it was just something cool. You know what I mean? Like I can go to my old stomping grounds, go right where, you know, it's like, hey, there's a hooker.
It's
You
like
know,
you never left.
like I never left.
Yeah.
You know, it was beautiful. It was like I'm still on. You know, this is still my fucking hood. I
Yeah.
left the West Side a long time ago, but it stayed the same in some ways. You know, and it was just it was very cool, you know, and plus I get points for having credibility.
Right.
You know, it's like, dude, this dude knows what the fuck he's talking about. Like,
They was here last time I was here anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're still here.
no, dude, I thought it was within 10 seconds of me mentioning it. Boom, hooker.
No,
2 of them, in fact.
2. The only 2 though?
The only 2 on the street that we saw. But I mean, for me to fucking just turn down that street isn't very long.
They were probably just the secretaries anyways, dude.
Oh yeah,
They're just getting you to be like, yeah, we're the hookers.
they're just the fluffers.
the people over there. Are the
Yeah.
ones, they're in the building right there.
We just warm it up.
yeah.
That's crazy because all the time I go down there, I never find any.
What corner was this, by the way?
He's all like, buy the picnic or no? How far?
Hey, that picnic right there by Frio.
Can
You know
I?
which one? You know which one?
Yeah.
What was
I
the hair
got-
color?
I got it right there too, dude.
On Colorado and fucking
Right at the picnic on Frio. You know, right there where the bridge, the bridge that goes over and hits Frio.
okay.
Right there at that fucking picnic, I was waiting for the bus. No, I was waiting on the bus at Frio, and then the bus was taking forever. I was trying to get the lineup, but going towards the west side, and then again they're all like, "Hey, you need a ride?" Yeah, I need a ride. I was all, but it's all the way over there by like 36th Street, and then they're all like, "Oh, I'll give you a ride." And then I get in or whatever, like it looks like a girl, but I'm like it's kind of iffy, you know. So we're driving. Where are you going? I was like, no, I'm going home. She's all, she, him, whatever. It was all, hey, I was like, what are you gonna do? They're all like, oh, I'm gonna go to this party with my friends and all this stuff. And I was like, oh, all right, that's cool. And then they just kept doing like little small talk till we got to like 34th Street or something. And then I was all like, all right, yeah, my house is down the street. And then she's all, oh yeah, she's all like, well, before that, I forgot to mention, she turns and says, hey, I'm not really a girl. I'm like, all right.
That's
you know?
a pretty big detail you just left
I
out there.
forgot
Mom.
about that. She's all, I'm not really a girl.
I
was all
forgot.
like-
No, you didn't forget, Mom.
This was after
You tried to forget.
After she gave
He's
me a
trying his
blowjob. Hey, wait.
hardest to forget.
This was after she gave me a blowjob, though. So I was trying not to hear it. Nah. But I was like, all right, whatever, trying to just like keep it calm, like, just play it off that I was like not scared. I was just like, but anyways, that story, I got home, nothing happened. Maybe I missed a good time going to the party. I don't know.
Man, this is why we didn't let our kids play outside, because we had too many of these stories as kids. Like, I know a lot of people try to pick me up waiting on the bus stop, hey, you want to ride? It's like, no, man. Or I did take a ride from one nerd or two, somebody who I knew I could overpower.
I've never been on a VIA bus a day in my life.
Oh, man,
Damn.
Never. I'm sure it's an experience.
I would say that's weird,
No,
because you've been in San Antonio most of your life, right?
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
weird that you haven't ridden a VIA bus. That
Not
just,
one time.
yeah. I mean, I guess you haven't lived in the city in any way.
I mean, in a sense I'd have, but yeah, I just kind of stayed in my little area and rode my bike where I needed to. You know what I
No,
mean?
but like, see, he and I, we grew up like inside the city. Like,
Yeah, y'all are like in the heart of the city type shit.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't doing all that. We was in outskirts kind of shit. But
yeah, no, we grew up like right downtown. We
Yeah.
walked downtown all the
Yeah.
goddamn
But
time.
what's crazy though is that I have ridden public transportation in Germany, and it's like this weird thing that I feel like I know what it's like to ride a VIA bus, but I've never been on a VIA bus.
Yeah,
Maybe
know what I
it's
mean?
better in Germany.
yeah.
Cleaner.
I don't know. No, I'm just saying the experience. Like I've been on that bus over there, and so I know what it, or I think I do, anyways. Remember what it smells like and kind of what it was like because we did it all the time in Germany. But that was me being prior to 6 years old. Came over here. I've never been on a VIA bus, but I feel like I know what it would be like.
Yeah,
But I've never been on one.
yeah.
Like I feel like if I stepped on one, the smells would be what I would expect it to be. Type shit.
My
and
kid
like
definitely
the vibe.
remembers the VIA bus 10 years ago. So I could
Yeah.
remember. I could. I'm sure that you remember the details of 5,
For sure.
6 years old, because my kid 10 years ago was on the bus and she still remembers that.
Oh, okay.
You know, so
for sure.
she's remembering details of her 5-year-old life.
Hell yeah.
Dude, that's crazy. I can't even remember. Like, I'll probably remember, but I don't even. It's like elementary. You know what I mean? It's not
How old are we at 5?
like pre-K.
How old are we at
first grade?
5?
What grade,
Jesus.
motherfucker? Hold
First
on.
grade?
You're probably 5 years old. You're probably kindergarten, first grade,
Kinder first.
No,
depending on
pre-K.
where your birthday falls. Type shit.
Oh, it's kinder. Cause
Yeah,
it's
in that
pre-K,
ballpark.
pre-K 3, then it's pre-K. That's when you're 4, and then I think kinder's 5. I think.
Or
that's it.
first, maybe. Who knows? Maybe
Yeah.
where your birthday is.
Exactly. When your birthday falls, type shit.
Yeah, but all the time we would always take the bus. It's crazy. Like, I didn't even really think of nothing about taking buses. Just like, all right,
Yeah.
I need to get this place. It's kind of far. Take the. Oh, that's another story. One time, me and my sister fucking said, all right, let's take the bus over here. Dude, we fucking went like all around town. We got lost. The bus
Dude,
driver,
yeah.
bus driver, we're in the back of the bus. The bus driver stops and be like, hey, are y'all okay? We're all like, no, we missed the stop, so we're just waiting to go all the way around again. And then the bus driver's, oh, okay, I was just checking on y'all.
So that was gonna be my question. Can you do that? Can
Yeah.
you just get on and ride until you basically get back to the same point you were at to begin with?
You can if the
Is that a
bus
thing?
driver is cool with it, but the bus driver does have the ability to kick you off the bus at any time.
Yeah, for sure.
So one time, me and my brother got on the bus, and this was around the time we were taking a lot of Seroquel just conventionally, just for no reason, just recreationally, just taking Seroquel, which is a sleeping pill.
yeah, for sure. It's a sedative almost.
It is
yeah.
a fucking horse drink, dude. That fucking Seroquel is no joke. The worst part of like my high school years. All that stuff is a blur from that. Me and my brother were fucking popping that shit, and right before we were going somewhere on the bus, we fell asleep and ended up in Converse. And at the end of the line, the 77 turns into the 21 and ends and shoots up in Converse right down the street from here, where I am now, right in front of like Northeast area, and like that's where we got off the bus, and like The bus driver had woke us up, kicked us out, and fucking.
What? Oh, maybe he's on these damn druggies.
Yeah, dude.
Don't
You know about
passed
buds?
out and
I don't
shit.
blame him. I'm sure we looked like we were on heroin.
So like he woke y'all up and kicked y'all off?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's all trying to take his break. That's why he's all, man, this is where I take my break. I'm gonna go to churches real quick. I'm gonna go to Bill Miller's.
Something.
I did something.
I just want to know what it's like. So just hop on that sumbitch and just go for the ride.
I
You
used
know,
to
Pay
get
him a
on
couple dollars for the fare.
when I was like in 6th grade and I was buying Pokemon cards from right there, Flores downtown. I would take that bus all the way to Military by myself and then get off, walk to GameStop, buy my Pokemon cards, and then take the bus back home.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Damn.
Hell
That's
yeah.
crazy though. Like, you know, just fucking a
It's,
little
well,
journey.
it's just so normal though. You know, like I've never had to take that bus.
Yeah, but imagine you see a little, like, how old are you when you're in 6th grade? Like
12.
12?
Yeah.
12 year
Somewhere in
old?
there, yeah.
I don't even see, like, young kids like that and riding buses.
You know, speaking of the bus, like, so what happened? What was it? A couple of weeks ago, that lady on the train.
Was it with the train or the bus?
It was a train, actually. It wasn't a bus. It was a train. It looked
The-
like a bus on the video, but it was
The
definitely
blonde lady?
Yeah,
Okay.
the Ukrainian
Really?
lady. Yeah, her name was Iryna Zarutska.
Okay.
Yeah, she was murdered in Charlotte, North Carolina,
Mm-hmm.
by a guy named
It doesn't matter.
DeCarlos or some
Fuck
shit.
that guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Carlos Brown. Damn. So to me, that's like a turning point in this whole issue going on lately with Kirk and everything. So Benny Johnson, Kirk, Matt Walsh, a lot of people are looking at this stuff like it's a racist crime. Like this dude was committing this murder out of a racist base.
Now we're
Hatred.
talking about the Ukrainian woman
I'm
situation.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So all these people took that stance. Like this dude, this black dude killed this Ukrainian lady because she was white.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, for them to take that stance, I can't agree with. I think it's irresponsible for you to say, yeah, even if he said something after the fact, like I killed that white lady or whatever the hell, that apparently there was reports of him repetitively
Allegedly,
saying,
yeah.
allegedly. So even if that is the case, that doesn't change the fact that what we all witnessed in that video was an act of an insane person acting like an insane person. You know, those are insane actions. You know, it's not a normal thing to just kill the next person who sits down in front of you.
For sure.
You know, that's the problem here is that the analysis they put on it had to take some sort of racial spin.
It always does.
Yeah,
Well,
they
most times.
They always try to use it for their, like, you know what I mean? They use it for their cause or whatever, stuff like that. I didn't see no video. I didn't even know about this lady, but the way it sounds is like, they spin it, you know? People spin it the way they want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, the video
It's easy
is
to believe. That's what it is. You see a black man kill a white woman, you know, it's easy to believe that it's going to be a racial thing now these days anyways.
But anything, they search anything to be hate, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, this Mexican went and, like, killed this white lady because she's white, or, oh, this black, you know, like they're saying, like, this black dude killed this other person.
Yeah, it seems irresponsible to say, like, that's what was wrong with the picture. What was wrong with the picture was the fact that there was a murder happening for no reason by a crazy person. That's the first
No doubt.
thing that's wrong, despite the man's skin color. And then you have these overreactions, these quotes, you know, where people are talking about, like, you shouldn't worry about being racist, you know, or something about stereotyping people. You know what I mean? Like, some of these people are saying that you should follow your stereotypes and not trust a black man if he's wearing a hoodie, you know, or not turn your back to him. You know,
you gotta watch out. It's just like common sense, kind of like everybody does it. Like you see somebody, oh, watch out with this dude because he looks kind of iffy. You know what I mean? Not until you run across him and be like, oh, he's a nice guy, or like anybody. Oh, this lady looks nice. Oh, no, she's a bitch. You know what
I mean, I've met
Like-
meth heads, you know, in hoodies that were white too. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like it doesn't matter what color you are. Anybody can be fucking iffy, you know. Now,
I mean, I think it's natural to put up your defenses until you do know somebody, especially if you've been through prior traumas of any sort
Yeah.
and gotten taken advantage of by any sort of individual, whether he black, white, or the other. You know, it's a natural thing to say, hey, I don't know you, and until I do, here's the way I'm going to be. Not necessarily like aggressive or anything, but just defensive,
Yeah.
almost in a sense. Put up that wall, you know, until we know each other like that, then I'm going to be cool with you.
I think
You know?
I think there's some dude at work doing that to me.
Some people aren't like that, though. Some people walk down the damn street and be like, yeah, you know, they're just cool like that. You know,
Extroverts.
that's just how they roll, yeah.
They're extremely personable,
Yeah.
you know.
There's different strokes for different folks. You know, I'm not that guy. I'll say hi to you, but I'm not going to be your buddy until I know you like that at least, and, you know, talk to you a few times.
Yeah, that's how I am. I don't trust no one until like after a couple of times, and still like I need to.
Oh, you never know.
You
never know, man.
You need to be careful out there.
Yeah.
That's why like some people are too friendly. They're too friendly. Like get too close to people. You know, just stay a little bit back. Yeah, you know, like keep a little distance from me.
6 feet, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
What
if
is
you
it?
could,
Isolation. What do they call that shit back then?
Social
distancing.
distancing.
back then it was all just a couple years. Isn't that
It's
recently?
been
Dude.
5-6 years since all that started,
2019.
dude.
It's called
2019,
COVID-19 for a reason. That's
Yeah.
when it came out.
6 years, almost 7 years. something like that.
Hitting 7
before,
years.
before it was called just like your personal space.
Yeah.
Stay out of my personal
Stay out of my
space.
bubble. Remember, it was a bubble. Hey, y'all
Yeah.
up in my bubble, homie.
Yeah.
Back out of my
Yeah, that's
bubble.
my personal space, bud.
That's what
But
the
then-
bubble meant. They're all, I want to get in your bubble. I was like, whoa.
When you're getting those rides, they're like, hey, so
Hey, you're in my bubble now.
Do you ever-
you said you like Pokemon.
do you ever blow bubbles?
Dirty birdie, dude.
Yeah.
We listen, we don't judge.
No, we judge.
No, we judge the fuck
Yeah,
out
we
of you.
we have to judge. That's a part of it, brother. And you know,
Everybody gets judged.
I'm judging you right now.
yeah, you.
I judge myself.
I'm ashamed.
It's like, was that recording? Take that back.
Yeah, I could edit this out, right? No, a tranny didn't pick me up.
It was a girl.
A tranny. I've been picked up by trannies.
So how'd you get here today?
I hitchhiked. I hitchhiked.
He's like, well, that story was actually from today. I didn't say what it was, motherfucker. I just told you the story.
Yeah,
It's too funny.
that's what we need, man. We need to focus on getting rights.
Trannies?
On getting rights from trannies. Yeah.
The
No,
per-
but to
the
focus on
pretty nice.
okay, but to turn the topic back to the trannies. Check this out, dude. You know, like, have y'all heard the rumor about taking away gun rights for trannies?
No.
Nah.
No.
I'm trying to stay away from.
I know
all this shit
you
right
do
now,
that, but so there's talk out there in the political realm that these politicians have noticed that there's been more transgender school shooters or whatever mass shootings than you know, of the last, I don't know, 7 or 8 or whatever mass shootings. 7 or 8 of them were tranny, and I don't know, the 8th one was non-binary or something like that. And so it's been brought into question whether or not people who call themselves trans should get guns.
That's just stupid.
Isn't
It's
that
like,
crazy?
It's like saying like, oh, there's a lot of killing by black people, then they can't get no guns.
Well, this goes back to the pendulum. It's an overcorrection. Okay, so right now the pendulum's on the way right side, and the further right you go, the more control you get, the more towards totalitarianism. You know, which in some aspects you're gonna need. You're gonna have to overcorrect. Like, you're gonna have to control women's sports. You got to get the men out of there. You know, but overreaching in some areas where you're like, well, now trannies can't get guns. It's like, well, what the fuck? Who's to say?
I mean, a psychopath.
Where does it end?
A psychopath can't get a gun. There's all kinds of people that can't get a gun.
Yeah,
you know.
and the claim is basically that you're mentally unstable to be.
If you smoke weed, you can't get a gun. Technically,
Mm,
one of the questions on that form is: are you addicted to any kind of drugs or on any kind of drugs or anything? And marijuana.
Coffee's a drug. I mean,
And see, and that opens the topic for that, you know. But
caffeine.
they're talking about illegal drugs, you know, and technically, even as halfway legal that marijuana is right now, it's still illegal on the federal side because you're doing a federal background check. And so, if you were to mark yes,
I want to get up here.
you know, if you were to mark yes, then you get denied, you know. But shit, they used to say that trannies were psychopaths back in the day, or that it was a psychological issue to be even just gay, much less
It's called
tranny.
gender dysphoria.
Yeah,
And to a sense, I mean, it's a solid argument.
I seen some kids were like, "Oh, this motherfucker's gonna be gay."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
No
Yeah,
doubt.
but
Like-
being gay and being tranny are two different things.
completely different.
You know,
things.
and what the argument is being said now is that the last few years it's been way too popular to call yourself trans, and that's taking away from the gay community. Like the social media is trying to promote transgenderism instead of gayness. So instead of you being a man who's gay, no, you're just a man who's in the wrong body. You know, you're so that's kind of what the perspective that the gay community, the original OG gay community, is having is like this
Gang.
transgender ideology is taking away from the gay community. It's telling people, you know, some a gay man who would typically just grow up to be a gay man, that he's in the wrong body and he needs some sort of surgery to correct that, you know? And I mean, honestly, I don't know the math and I haven't done the figures.
how much is it to transgender?
How much is it to do
to be a transgender?
Well, now there's a pill for that, you know? You fucking pop a little pill, you know, grow some tits.
Out pops a pussy,
Yeah.
Dude, there's a
or
dude.
in sucks a pussy, or what happens to your?
No, I don't know about
Okay,
this. I
alright.
meant, well, you're still a chick with a dick, but you got a nice pair of tits.
Okay,
You
gotcha.
know?
So you would just be like a fat pill or something?
No, those aren't titties, are they? I mean, they're more like just like no, I think you need surgery for tits.
I think you probably need surgery to be a trans person. What's the definition of trans? I mean, isn't that to do the whole transition
No, I think they have
into
like
a
other-
man
Yeah,
I think
or
they
a
have other
woman?
names for that shit. No,
It used to be called a transvestite. You remember that?
Transvestite, yeah. You're transitioning.
Well, the transvestite used to be just a you know, the regular old cross-dresser, you know?
What's the definition of what's the vestites? What is that? I wonder what that means. We obviously know what trans means to transition, but vestite?
Yeah.
Fuck does that mean?
One who is
vested?
vestigious. Vestigious.
One is vestigious.
Vestigious in the transitionals. In the trans testicles.
Trans testicles.
Yeah. No, it's fine.
I mean, you know.
it'll be like last.
Well, what I'm saying is, are there gay people calling themselves trans just because they think they're a woman, or are they saying that they're trans because they're actually transitioning into somebody? You know, because it's two different things. I mean, because you call yourself a fucking cow if you wanted to, but are you really going to go out there mooing at everybody? You know?
Now
I
we're
think-
talking about trans speciesism, which
Well,
is a thing.
That's fucking weird. But
What is that one called? That one is called
It's a fucking furry.
the furries and shit.
There you go.
no, but
fucking
there's
furry.
type shit. Anyways, yeah. I
It-
wear a tail. Somebody was talking about that the other
it's
day. I don't remember,
it's
but
not
that was
it's not
weird.
body dysmorphia, it's species dysmorphia, which is a brand new thing where kids are really, and that goes back to the insanity of the
Becoming
left.
kitties.
Yeah, where they're shitting in boxes and stuff like that. Have you heard about that?
Hell no.
Fucking
No,
weird,
yeah,
dude.
and then parents are actually promoting it.
They're
cool
on
with it.
board with that shit.
Yeah, they're like, oh, he's just a little kitty, and his name is Spot.
You know,
Got him a litter box and everything. He goes and takes a fucking
Yeah.
whole doo doo in there, and they
Yeah.
scoop it up like he's
Hit
a
him with the
kitty,
water
dude.
whenever he jumps on the goddamn countertop.
you know what's funny? My son,
Fucking weird, man.
my girl fucking told my son because their son was in a restroom and then she's all take a leak in the mop bucket, and then so he took a leak in the mop bucket one time, and then like a couple of days later, he needs to go to the restroom, and then I just like was on the computer or something, And then she's all like, look, come and see what he did. He fucking took a shit in the mop bucket.
Damn.
Oh shit.
Wow.
Oh my God. I was like, dude, these boys are crazy.
Boys
what the
will
fuck?
be boys. All right. So the definition of a transvestite is a person who dresses in clothes primarily associated with the other sex. Period. Wearing clothes associated with primarily with the other sex.
Cross-dresser.
They
So
made
it's
it
just a
very.
cross-dresser,
They made
yeah.
it very fucking. Back in the day, definitions were pure. They were clean.
Can
you
you
know?
can you look up
I can, but I won't.
what the vest type part is?
I-
Where does that come from? Because we know
Vest
what the
type.
trans part is, but like, what is the origin of that? Like, what does that mean?
No, just
Is it
put-
just like old,
But no, click
old
more.
clothing,
And it'll
a
probably
vest,
say,
maybe?
Well, I think it'd be as simple as dressed.
Dressed in Italian.
Vestite.
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 Okay,
commonly
okay, there you go.
refers to dressed in Italian. So
So you're dressing up to transform into something else.
yeah,
Transition
you-
into something else.
You transition through dress is what it's cross dressing. Transition through dress.
Yeah. So is it safe to say that just you can be a transvestite and not even be in that gay realm?
Yep.
You're
Yeah, exactly.
an actor or something, but you would be a transvestite because you decided to be an actress today or something. You know?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
that was your role.
Or
Shit.
or if on Thursdays I like to put on a little rouge, throw on a little fucking little
Yeah.
thong, just kind of just treat myself.
Yeah.
You know?
Doesn't mean that you like it like that.
No, dude, it just
you know,
means that
you-
I am a transvestite.
You like to change your clothes into
You know,
women's clothes.
What if I like to
he's
be beautiful once a month?
He's I'm a vestite, all right?
Mhm.
A vestite. Once a month.
In
Once
the
a
old
month.
vestige.
It's cool. It's good. It's cool to know what it means though, like where that word comes from though.
Yeah.
You know, compared to whatever the fuck it is now. They done twisted so much shit around now that you don't know what anything is.
No, it's all okay.
It's all gay.
Shit's gay.
Like old boy was making a comment about it. He was like, lesbians, you're gay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're a tranny, that means you're probably coming to be somebody else to like the other sex, which you're you're still gay. All of it just means you're gay, bud.
Yeah.
You know, which really it is.
Yeah. Well, unless you like cats and you're a cat who likes to be screwed by dolphins. That's a new thing. And
But
that's,
you gotta find a dolphin.
that's not gay. That's just weird.
That's how it is nowadays.
Have you tried it though?
Everything's weird. It's weird the first time. Then after that is normal.
After that, yeah.
After that is normal.
And the further we get into time, things are going to be tried more, which will be less weird.
I think it's just how much they could push it. And then here,
Oh, I could push it in pretty deep.
whoa.
You know?
So save that for the dolphin. But yeah,
Are you the kitty or are you the dolphin?
which was the masculine one?
Yeah. Doesn't matter, bud. Charlie Sheen says, fuck it.
But yeah, he did.
Have you seen that? Charlie Sheen's got a doc on Netflix.
Oh, bro.
Yeah,
He
it's
just-
the number one doc on, movie on Netflix right now.
I think he just came out on Joe Rogan
He
again.
did. I saw it. It
But I
was
didn't see
beautiful.
it. I didn't see it. I wanted to see it though.
That was the first time they met.
I thought he was on there before.
No, man. Yeah, me too. And that's
That's
probably
so
the
that was the
Mandela
first time
effect.
they met, not just first time they've had a show together.
Yeah,
That's
no, it was the
they've
first time
actually
they met, first time they had a show,
Oh,
first time everything.
shit. I misunderstood you earlier. I thought it was like the first time they've had the podcast. And I was like, well, that's kind of
Both.
strange. He's been around for years.
Yeah,
You'd
no,
figure
both
he'd
of
be
them.
on there.
They both. And the beginning, it starts off so pure. Like whenever Joe Rogan meets somebody famous, and whenever the person's almost kind of enchanted by Joe Rogan, it's this kind of weird awkwardness that humanizes both people, which is a weird thing. Like it's something very special to listen to because it's like, wow, that's
They're just
probably
normal Joes.
Yeah, they're normal people. Like
No pun intended.
intended, motherfucker.
Normal Rogans.
Normal Rogan, just a bunch of normal Sheens.
Normal Rogan Sheens.
Yeah, and to me, it sounds so beautiful about that. And then like, I really want to finish watching that documentary. I saw the first like episode. It is so fucking cool, man. It makes me want to do rails of cocaine.
Oh, it's a multi-episode thing.
Yeah, I think so.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Sweet.
Watch it on Netflix.
I will.
Yeah, you got Netflix, right?
No, I don't got no Netflix. My daughter, hey, my
Big
daughter,
time loser.
my daughter came
Survive.
for the
Big time
weekend
loser.
and she has Netflix,
Hit him
right?
with the, hit him with the womp, womp, womp. He's
No, that's
I
pretty
tried-
good.
What you call it? I don't know. I usually don't fucking subscribe to nothing. I usually just either fucking watch it on YouTube or see clips or some shit.
Yeah, I like Amazon a lot. I watch the Prime Video all the time. It has
sure.
all my favorite stuff.
for sure.
Beavis and Butthead is on there.
They got like free live TV, some of that shit, and some stuff. Anyway,
Yeah, I can
You
watch
get
the
that on
news on
Samsung.
there. I can watch the news,
Yeah.
the San Antonio news.
Really?
Yeah, right there on there. And it's not some leftist bullshit. It's the WOAI. So it's pretty center. It's very center
On
actually.
Amazon Prime?
On
Really?
Amazon Prime. Yeah, it comes
Nice.
up San Antonio Living right there in the morning. It's one of the programs I tune into.
I guess
in the morning.
it's like which one's that other one? The app Tubi, I think. Is it Tubi or something?
I've heard
has,
of Tubi.
It has like the whole category is like if you're watching like a cable TV and then you just scroll down and it says like before when they had like Animal Planet, but they'll have some different thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it has all the shows. It's crazy.
On Amazon, you can actually watch news from other major cities too. So it's got all the major cities on there. So I could tune into Phoenix news if I want to.
Let's watch Chicago.
Oh, they got the
Oh, dude.
See what they have to say about what's supposedly going on up there.
they sent the
Just to see that
the
because-
National Guard over there. What did they send? They sent
Mhm.
somebody over there.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
National Guard.
Which that in itself is kind of crazy, dude. The fact that the military is being used to curve things.
yeah, that goes
you
back
know.
to the podium, the pendulum.
You know, that's
pendulum,
that's some
dude.
serious
So,
type of control right there.
yeah, man, the
I mean,
totalitarianism.
but he is the commander in chief, so he does have the right to use them. But at the same time, on our own soil, just to curb violence, like
Bro, there's
has that happened before?
there's a storm of brewing. And that's what I mean. The pendulum is swinging right now to the direction it's heading, which is further right, and we can see it happening. Now, it's not necessarily something that we should allow to happen either. You know, it's not something that I don't know. I mean, what could you do about stopping the pendulum, the force of nature?
Could I have a description or like definition of
Of the pendulum.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So,
pendulum.
yeah, you missed the first. Okay, so the pendulum, the political pendulum is the way I describe it, is the geopolitical nature of things as they are as a whole, and the way the people feel about it, like universally. So I'm talking about major events like JFK getting assassinated and MLK. You know, this was around the time to end Jim Crow, to end segregation, you know, to give more rights to, you know, black and brown people. And you know what I mean? Like, this was around the time, we're talking 1963 is when JFK gets killed. And then we talk 1969 is when MLK, I think, gets killed. And then right after that is the end of segregation. So that's when the black kids start going to the same schools as everybody. And that's the pendulum. On that spot in the world, the pendulum was on the left. Now, the left, I mean politically left. Like, they're moving, the left meaning progress and the right meaning traditional. You know, keeping with tradition, the left trying to move progress forward. So during that time, it was doing that. After that, I'm sure there was something that swung that pendulum back and then back and forth, back and forth. Now, to only speak on our own time frame, just to catch you up to speed, in the 90s, we had, you know, the Clinton, which was on the left, and that was, you know, gay people getting their rights and women entering the workforce. And then after that, in the 2000s, we had Bush doing his, you know, we had a war on terrorism, and there was a rise in patriotism, nationalism, which is the pendulum swinging back to the right. And then after that, we had Obama, which was the pendulum swinging back to the left. You know, the first black president, and that had all of its repercussions. And then because that kind of sped the pendulum up, the political pendulum far left, it went too far left, and then it swung hard back the other way and got Trump elected. And during that time, which is what we were talking about, is there was an influx in racism and stupid ass shit, like where Trump exposed the most ugly of people. Like, he empowered people to be their most ugliest, you know, and people said shit off the cuff that, you know, they didn't care about, you know, the repercussions of saying. And, you know, it boiled the tensions of America. Like the political pendulum swung too far to the right, and it got ugly. And so it went back the other way, either by corruption. I think it might have been by corruption. I think after Trump, we witnessed, in my lifetime, one of the first real cases of tyranny and the government forcing control and using propaganda to manipulate the masses. It could have happened before that, but this one seems like the most obvious event with the Hunter Biden laptop and all that stuff that happened with the Russia hoax and all that shit. With all that being said, and who's to say if we have all the truth, you know? But since the pendulum, after Trump it was forced back to the other way. It went too far. It started allowing men into women's sports, you know, and it did all kinds of shit that the whole country as a whole didn't agree with. You know, some people did, but it was a select few. And that's how the pendulum swung back the other way when Trump got elected this last time. And this time it's picking up speed and gaining momentum and going so far to the right that it is going to do something that we might be able to predict. And that's what I mean about the pendulum, is like, if it's a natural course of events, then we should be able to see how it's playing out. And if we are already talking about taking away gun rights for trannies, where does this end? You know, what were we talking about just before that?
Who was talking about that? Was it just like
I think it's lawmakers.
Cause that would be, I would think like that would just be.
Pull it up, Johnny.
Yeah. Cause whoever was talking about it, it's just not gonna make no sense. Cause that's still like you know, picking out a certain group.
The feds are considering gun restrictions for transgender people. Let's take a listen here. ABC News.
This morning, sources say the Justice Department is considering a rule that could ban some transgender people from owning guns. Talks began after last week's school shooting in Minnesota, where police say a 23-year-old transgender woman killed 2 children.
I think it is disgraceful that Donald Trump is desecrating the memories of children who were stolen from their families just days ago.
So there it is. I mean, I'm not gonna play the whole story, but you know, it's in the atmosphere.
But even though they gotta vote for all that shit.
Yeah, I know. And if
You know what I mean?
they control they control the House and the Senate or whatever, then you know, right now.
But then there's gonna be like more outrage because it's gonna be just singling out people, and it doesn't like, you know, it's.
No, I get it, dude. I'm with you. I completely understand, but
It's definitely discriminating against a group of people.
yeah, for sure.
But he did say that for some trans people, and it's like,
It's just the way they word it.
are there different levels of
Yeah.
trans? Or
Yeah,
something?
yeah, you know,
Or
and
It's not say
Well,
like
that's
if they have
weird.
like a bad background or something. You
are
know
they
what I
gonna be
mean?
like, oh, if you had a full transition, then no,
or if you did, then you're good. But if you still got a dick, then you can't.
or something, you know,
You
no.
know, it's like I gotta see a pair of lips.
Or what if
I gotta see 2 pairs of lips.
what if you have lips, you can't get none, but if you do.
If you that's what I'm saying. If you're unless you're fully transitioned,
So
you
unless-
can't buy a gun.
No, unless you're like at the end, if you're a man, then you can have a gun.
What? Oh, if you turn into a man, that's the only way you can
It's
get
only-
it. Just the one direction.
Don't-
Yeah. If you
Yeah,
go
he
the
was
other
kinda
way,
weird.
you're denied.
yeah, it's kind of weird that he said some trans.
Yeah,
people or something,
but
either way,
the fact
whatever.
is that the conversation is being had,
Yeah,
and
for
the
sure.
pendulum is swinging back towards totalitarianism, and we can see it. We've got evidence. There's, you know, an uprise in nationalism, patriotism, and then after Kirk's murder, there's going to be an uprise in religious notions as well. And then we can see how that plays out. There's going to be an attack on Muslims as well, too. I mean, and if not on Muslims, then the religion of Islam. Because
You think so?
What does
yeah.
that have to do with anything? That doesn't.
it has everything to do with everything, my man. I'm telling you, I'm predicting this pendulum swing.
I know, but it wasn't it was a white dude that had killed him.
I know. But what I'm saying is, if we know the pendulum is going further right, what does that mean? That means an uprise in nationalism, patriotism. That means an uprise in religious beliefs too. There's more young men going to church now. You know, all of Kirk's believers were young Christian men. You know, they were conservative men. And with that being said, with all the stuff that happened in the last administration that brought in a different culture and allowed more ideals to fester in our civilization, it's going to clash with this new uprise in Christianity, because it's so the example that I have for that, let me show you here. An imam was trying to, let's see, I think it's this thing here. This dude, no. All right, so there's this Muslim dude who was trying to hold on, give me 1 second.
Let it out. Try to what?
Banning pork from stores. From
It says when your Muslim friend accidentally eats pork. So fucked up.
Today we're going to talk about this video that went viral on social media, and specifically we want to focus on the reasons why people will so blatantly lie against Islam and Muslims in order to stir up animosity and hatred towards them. As we'll see, this clip here is completely taken out of context and is being done so blatantly. Now, an honest person interested in truth,
This is a
might be
Muslim
hesitant
speaking.
to think that. I mean, it's really appalling to be a bold.
Play the fucking video, you
so
fucking
might
Muslim.
naturally
You have
want
to
avoid
you have to
being
fast forward it probably. You can't even listen to this whole video. So it's just like they're just trying to say like, hey, y'all shouldn't be eating pork. We're gonna take it away or take it out the stores or what.
It's more of their part of their religious beliefs.
Oh, so they're just doing the same shit that people do at the corners of the fucking military when they're just out there speaking and be like about Jesus, or no?
No, what he's doing is he's trying to go into Muslim communities and or he's trying to go into a Muslim ran store and tell that owner that he can't sell pork or
But there's different types of Muslims, right? Like there's some of them that eat pork, or no?
no.
I thought there were some that were like.
Not that I know of, but I'm also, don't know
I think there's different types.
much.
Because if they're not supposed to have pork around, they wouldn't have it in their store.
They do.
But that's
Oh,
all.
here we go. Let's see.
And not violate the religion of Islam by selling and distributing products that are against the religion, because we should love what Allah loves.
Hey, what are you doing?
And not violate the religion of Islam by selling and distributing products.
Hey, what are you doing?
Okay. So
The hell?
Greg Abbott signed a law that banned Sharia law and Sharia compounds in Texas. No business and no individual should fear fools like this. If this person or anyone attempts to impose Sharia compliance, report it to local law enforcement.
Okay.
I'm I'm trying to find the actual video.
and not violate the religion of Islam by selling and distributing products that are against the religion, because we should love what Allah loves and we should hate what Allah hates. This is what we're here for, and little by little, one by one, we're going to be visiting all of the stores in the neighborhood, particularly the inner city neighborhoods where the religion of Islam is ignored, by not violate the religion of Islam.
Not be playing the national. A student was kicked out of
Okay,
class
so
after confronting.
the dude is going to stores and he's telling these store owners.
Assalamualaikum. Assalamualaikum. Mashallah. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Assalamualaikum. You're Muslim, right? Mashallah. You know, as a merchant, you have every legal right to sell whatever you want. But as a Muslim, I have a responsibility to tell you, to educate the people and let them know that as a Muslim, you shouldn't sell haram. That the alcohol, the pork, the gambling is all against Islam. And so I'm just letting you know ahead of time, in about 30 days, we're going to start doing demonstrations around the city. The Muslims that have businesses with haram in it will let the people know that we have to teach the people the best. The Muslims have the best. So let the owners know you should begin to change the inventory, or we're just going to demonstrate. We can't stop you. You have a right to do it, but we have to give the dawah to let the people know the truth about Islam, okay? Okay, so get the haram out of your store. May Allah bless you. I love you for the sake of Allah. Assalamu alaikum.
Crazy, right?
Yeah. It's his business. He can say what he wants, but motherfuckers just gonna continue to do what he wants to do.
What they gonna do? Just protest outside? They would have to be in the street or something, anyways. But it's just like he's trying to force someone that's running a business that, you know what I mean?
So here's what's going to happen. If these guys are going to start protesting their own Muslim brothers and stuff like that, and by the way, it looked like this guy is born in America. You know what I mean? Like he probably converted to Islam.
But there's just some that become extremists. You know, like extreme, like
He looks like he has a painted beard.
yeah,
Yeah.
like, they did that for a reason. I forgot for what.
But so, and the other dude he looks like he's from a Middle Eastern country. Like he grew up with Islam. You know what I mean?
He was just like smirking at him, like all
Yeah,
right,
like what
all
the
right,
fuck
whatever.
are you talking about?
We're making money over here, motherfucker. You know what I mean?
He's like, I'm Muslim. I'm not gonna eat or drink or anything like that. And the people that are buying it from me obviously aren't Muslim if they're coming in here to buy it.
I'm sure
Like,
there's
what difference does it make to you?
I'm sure there's some sort of Muslim Sharia law that tells you that you shouldn't be selling that shit. But the point is that this guy is kind of forming a coalition against
His own folks.
not his own folks, because his people, it seems like, are American Muslims. You know what I mean? Or something. Because these other guys, they're obviously
Converted Muslims. Whatever.
yeah. I don't know. So
Interesting.
either way, Greg Abbott said, fuck this guy.
When was it? How old is this stuff? Is this recent?
Yeah, yesterday, the day
Really?
before. Yeah.
I've never
Oh,
heard
and
this.
what did he do? What did
Never
he
heard
say?
this a day in my life.
Greg Abbott.
What did he say?
That was the first time I'm even hearing about that. I've never even seen that. He said that pork is delicious, and
Everybody's gonna eat it.
yeah. And if you want to get fucked up, get fucked up.
All right. It's just like someone fucking goes into your store and tells you, "Hey, don't be selling this because of this," but it's just that one has like a religious fucking.
I mean, it's Mothers Against Drunk Driving do the same shit. They'll go out and protest about people getting drunk and shit. You know what I mean? And that's not right. You shouldn't do that. You know, it's not exactly a religious thing, but
Texas Governor Greg Abbott posted on X on September 12th about the ceremonial signing of a law to prevent Sharia compounds in the state. The post and the law, House Bill 4211, prompt the immediate backlash from civil rights and Muslim advocacy groups. So he let's see, this post says,
Oh, that's messed up.
what part are you reading here?
Prevent selling land to to only Muslims.
Where does it say
Right
that?
there, right there,
This part right
right
here?
there, yeah.
Okay, so the initial post on September 12th, Abbott posted a message to X announcing the ceremonial signing of House Bill 4211, which he described as banning compounds like Epic City and no-go zones in the post. He stated that the law prevents selling land to only Muslims and requires disputes to be handled by Texas courts rather than Sharia law. So, yeah, there was talks of a Sharia law compound being built in Texas, and he signed a law saying that you cannot build a Sharia law compound, and therefore, fuck you.
Yeah, they're probably just trying to like get something over here because the land's so cheap, and they probably have like supporters that donated, and they're trying to make their own little.
Yeah, well, either way, the Sharia law is a problem.
I mean, what's all involved with the Sharia law, though?
Well, I hate Google. I hate this I hate this goddamn search engine, man. I cannot stand it, but I'm gonna use it, and it's gonna give me some bullshit answer. I guarantee you.
Yeah, it doesn't give you the exact answer you need.
Okay, so let's see here. Sharia law is a sacred law of Islam derived from the Quran and the Sunnah. This offering guidance on every aspect of Muslim. Let's see here.
This is their law, but you know what I mean?
Let's see if it's gonna show me.
You should put the Texas law, the one that it showed earlier,
What do you mean by that?
because it had Texas in
No,
back
no,
of
we're
it.
trying to find out what the Sharia
for
law
them?
is.
For
Yeah.
them?
What does it mean by Sharia law?
It's probably like their beliefs and stuff. The Holy Book of Islam. Oh, that's the Quran. I bet.
Let's see. Let's go to the rules. Let's just find out what the rules are. Let's see if they'll give me a list. I don't think they will.
It'll probably be pretty vague.
Go up a little bit. Its rules are not single code, but a system of moral and legal directives that apply to all aspects of Muslims' lives.
Yeah, it's their law or whatever the hell.
It's just stuff that they.
I don't see. Okay, let's see what we have here. Obligatory. You have to pray. Recommended that we are rewarded, but do not carry sin if omitted. Acts that are rewarded. Okay. Permitted acts that are neither commanded nor prohibited. What the fuck does that mean?
You know?
It's kind of like a loophole. Like say you did something messed up.
No, this is bullshit. This is bullshit. Fucking.
It's just crap.
Just stuff put together. Or what?
No, this is Google being a fucking piece of shit. Here's what I know about Sharia law. Sharia law says that you can marry a 6-year-old little girl, but you can't have sex with her until she's 9. What you can do is you can put your penis between her thighs until she's 9, and then when she's 9, then you can have sex with her. That's a part of Sharia law. Sharia law is you can stone homos. Sharia law is you can stone a woman who's been raped. Sharia law says if you don't have stones, you can toss them off a building because that's good enough. That's
interesting.
That's Sharia law. What this bullshit isn't fucking telling me, I hate that. You know, and that's why people are gonna be pissed off about this Muslim shit, is because things like that is moving into our country, and that's not a religion. That's a fucking cult. That's an insane bullshit.
So do all Muslims follow that law? Is that a Muslim thing?
That's Muslim thing.
That's what they follow.
It's the tenets, man.
Or that's what they're supposed to follow.
Yeah.
I wish you had a Muslim here because it's.
I don't.
Yeah, but I wish to fucking to know what they really, to figure out the right fucking shit that they're about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, to fact check me on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. But from what I understand, stoning homos is a normal thing in their society. You know, we could agree on that.
It's like what they did with theft and all that shit.
We can agree on that.
Right? I mean, we could agree on that, right? We don't have to look that up.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about we can agree on stoning homos. That's what I was like.
No.
Whoa.
What I'm saying is that
sure.
we could agree that that's a normal commonplace in Muslim societies. Like they stone homos. If they find out you're gay, then they stone you to death.
I would assume that they would not be happy about that.
You know, right?
I guess I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not.
They definitely.
It's. I've heard about it more than once. I'll tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing I heard was stoning women who've been raped because they had sex out of wedlock.
Mm-hmm.
You know, although they were raped, they still get thrown off a building.
It's kind of like the old school shit that they always like fucking had.
It's barbaric,
Back
and
then,
it's
yeah.
It's to me, it doesn't seem like something that society needs to move forward with. Like, there's a lot of things that we shouldn't continue doing. Like,
hey, but that stuff's been going on for a long time.
yeah,
I can only assume, anyways.
I mean, yeah, probably thousands of years.
Why,
you know,
how's it gonna stop now? You know, how are you gonna get it to stop now?
It's like there's this guy.
well, it's not me personally, but there is a
Well,
shift.
I want you to go out there and fight that battle.
Here's what I'll do: salami, eggs, and bacon. That's what I'll do. I'll do salami, eggs, and bacon every fucking morning just for you.
Salami, eggs, and bacon.
Bacon, egg, salami.
Bacon, eggs, salami.
But there's this dude. He said that he was like, I don't know if he was like 22 or 25, and then his wife was like 15.
Yep.
Some shit like that.
They believe in that shit, and they believe in
but that's
polygamy.
That's their culture right there. I don't know what the fuck.
And it's wrong. We, you know,
to us,
fucking
it
kids.
is.
No, to the world, fucking kids should be wrong.
But that
Everybody should
should-
agree.
Yes, to us.
That's
yes,
what
it
they
should.
used to do
fuck
though,
yeah.
was like trade shit and all that other bullshit.
They
'Cause-
trade off a kid, right?
Well, that
Yeah.
was a conversation I had with our old boss. We'll just call it, right? About the whole fact that not everybody has the same moral compass. You know what I mean? Not everybody thinks that having relations with a kid is wrong.
Yep.
It's just what they
It's like-
do.
it's like
They
normal
don't think
for
about
them.
it whether it's right or wrong. They just say that that's what I do. So not everybody follows that same moral compass. Like, we know that it's fucking nuts and that's crazy and it's disgusting, but to them it's just in what they do. I'm not condoning it by
But
any
most
fucking
of us,
stretch of the imagination.
most of us
but-
have agreed that we live by a certain standard.
Yeah,
you know,
'cause
that's
we're-
what we deem a law.
Cause we're from over here. That's why. If you're from somewhere, it's like Mexico too.
Yeah, that's what
like
I'm
there's
saying.
parts of Mexico like where they live out there in the ranches and shit, where there's like older people like maybe like 30 years old, 20 something, and then they're out there. They see a 15-year-old girl, and then they'll fucking get her. You know what I mean? And then the 15-year-old girl would, like, their parents will like want them to go because the other person has money, has land, has fucking all this other shit.
people live by different.
You know what I mean? It's
different
not it's not
mentalities.
right to us because like we already know like, hey, that's fucked up. They're little. They're 15 years old. You know? What I
Okay,
mean?
yeah,
Or
okay,
like
so-
younger, and it's just like what they grew up with and shit.
I guess
It's embedded in them, dude. It's like in the Dina.
what I'm saying though, there's a massive difference between a Mexican tradition like marrying off your 15, 16-year-old daughter versus marrying off your 6-year-old little girl.
Yeah, that's crazy.
There's a massive beterence between the
there
two.
is.
But
There
You
is.
know,
I need
like
I need
to
see
compare
it.
those two, it's not. So
I need to say that's true though. You know, like
But-
that sounds like fucking rowdy.
here's
But
why
wrong-
it's
but
true.
wrong
Here-
is, but
here's
wrong
what I'm
is
gonna look
wrong,
up.
though. To us, wrong is wrong. You know what I mean? Like, either way, it's wrong. But that's just what their customs are, and that's what their beliefs are. They believe in that shit.
So this is why they believe in it.
I told some Muslim that I said, "Hey, so you're gonna have another wife?" He's all, "Hell no, it's too much work."
So this is why they believe in it, because Muhammad took a wife that was 6 years old or something like that. And then at 9 is when he was able to consummate. See how little bit of information I'm getting off of fucking Google when I typed in, did Muhammad have a 6-year-old wife?
It says dive deeper.
I get a
It says
tiny.
dive deeper right there.
Oh, let's see what
Click it.
AI says.
dive deeper in AI mode.
AI. Oh, it's taking forever. In
Oh.
Islam tradition, sources differ on the exact age of Muhammad's wife, Aisha. At the time of her marriage, a widely known account from the Hadith, Islamic narrations of the Prophet's teaching states that she was betrothed at the age of 6, and the marriage was consummated when she was 9. However, this narration is subject to debate and historical scrutiny among modern scholars. So, but no, yeah, boom. He married a 6-year-old and consummated at 9. And the whole thing, the whole very descript nature of the penis between the thighs, I think was also in the Quran too. It's like, oh, you can't have sex with her, but you can put your penis between her thighs until she's 9.
So what year was this?
What year was the Quran written? Let me ask. I mean, that's a great question, but
Oh, that's old, dude.
You know what I mean?
Like,
because imagine back then, all of the motherfuckers were doing this shit.
yeah,
You know
but
what I
they're still doing it now. That's the fucking problem. Is like this is a, yeah. I mean, back then there was gladiators and shit like. I mean, all kinds of fucking things that we don't
highlight
do.
everything. Highlight everything. Fucking.
the fuck?
New tab.
What's the question?
I don't even fucking remember.
When?
How old is the Quran? Or there you go. Even look, see, you've done so much about.
All right, it was written
Was
in
not written.
610 CE, which is what's that? CE is what, before Christ or after Christ? They use a different timeline.
Never heard
After-
of
it
CE.
says after, no.
I've seen CE, but yeah, let's call it 610. 23-year period beginning around 610 CE and concluding with Muhammad's death in 632 CE. He only lived for 20 years there? Okay.
22 years.
Yeah, so 632, I guess. What the fuck is CE? I don't know. Does it say anything about CE? in
How do
there?
you word that, right? What is CE in years?
It was a leap year.
Yeah, who the fuck knows? I don't know.
I've never heard that. BC and AD is all we
BC
get,
and AD.
right?
Now we got a whole CE. Is this a fucking Mandela effect?
Look, just
right?
check it out. Put BC versus AD versus CE or something, or something like that.
Right there, it had popped up versus CE.
All right, let's see here. Oh my God, there's a chart.
Hell no. Chart.
Oh my God. So BC and AD is before Christ, and Anio.
After Christ. After Christ's
So-
birth is CE,
Common
right?
era, common era, CE, common era.
Who the fuck uses that? What nonsense? Oh, because they're not
It's
Christians.
them.
They're not Christians.
Because they don't believe.
They
in
don't
Christ.
use our timeline. Those fucking barbarous. Oh my God. So they don't use AD. They use
Otherwise, they represent
CE and fucking wow. They don't even use the same timeline. These fucking barbarians.
So you see, it says 2025 CE is the same as AD 2025.
They're
So
barbarians.
Right now, it's CE for them.
They're fucking barbarians. They can't even align with the same time. They're like, nah, we're going to use a common era.
Yeah,
It makes sense.
that's how they roll.
It makes sense because what else they gonna go by?
The Lord Jesus Christ.
Not to them. Not
They
to
actually
Not
do
to
believe
them.
in God, in Jesus. They do. So for them to not use the same shit as the rest of us is just kind of annoying, because they believe in Jesus Christ. He's a prophet to them, but he's not the Son of God. So
We'll see. There you go.
That's why
They don't care about him enough,
he's a prophet for sure. He's up there with Muhammad to them.
but he's not God.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
No, the point is,
Let's go take some classes.
I will not.
Okay.
No,
I
I do want to.
don't know enough about it.
Yeah, I don't need that.
But that's what I was saying, is that there is enough here to cause
Well, maybe that's
alarm.
Why, that's why maybe he shut it down. That's why he shut it down.
Well, not. It's just not just that though. But that's what I mean about the pendulum. The pendulum swinging that far right to totalitarianism, where there will be an issue of a religious battle between the Islams and the Christians. There's already one between the Jews and the Islams.
Do you think it'll happen here?
There's been battles from all of them.
Do you think it'll happen here though?
It seems like at 9/11, that's kind of when it started. If 9/11 played out the way we all heard,
9/11 was an inside job.
That's so weird how we all fucking. Why is it
Epstein didn't kill himself?
Epstein did the shit, dude. And then he suicided himself.
You know what I just saw right there on that?
He actually flew one of the planes, from what I understand.
Yeah, and then parachuted out and raped a woman on the way down.
What do you call it? Right at that cross bridge from Burbank.
Shitty.
They were protesting. They said, "Believe the Epstein survivors."
No.
There's like a big ass banner and some ladies up there.
Wow. Protest came to San Antonio.
I was all like,
"You heard it here, folks."
I was all like, "Why is there so many people on there?"
They're gonna come.
Need a couple of those, not just one. Beep, 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 beep.
No, you just get the one.
Fuck your cricket. Go rub your legs. Go rub your thighs.
No, man. I will not. So, but yeah, I'm not condoning the actions or the events that are to occur. I just see them coming.
It's just you're predicting like something that could happen.
I mean, let's hope it doesn't happen like that. That it's I mean,
but you don't even know if they're already out there.
Who?
They already have a compound or some shit. And they're just laying low.
Oh, they're there.
You know what I mean?
They're there. I'm sure.
They're just trying to make it known now.
Don't ask Google.
They're trying to get more followers. And the extremists are gonna always have followers. There's always fucking people wanting to follow someone else. It's like that church. Did you hear about that? There's like a priest or whatever the hell he was. He owned a church with his wife, and they had like two of them in different places, and then they were just fucking getting people. They're all, if you don't have 100,000, you have 20,000 that you could donate. It's just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And then the FBI got them.
Look at that. We got a fucking New Braunfels Islamic Center right here. Look, I don't even got. Look at all the fucking.
They're everywhere. What do you mean? They're just like, it's just like churches. What do you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you're talking about compounds and stuff. Like,
no, yeah, that's separate though. That's different. They're gonna go somewhere to go pray and shit. You know.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about like more like an underground compound, like where they're just all sneaky hiding out, trying to
where they
marry 9-year-olds.
They're already doing their own thing.
Yeah, trying to marry 9-year-olds here on American soil. No, 6-year-olds. They marry 6-year-olds and then they diddle their thighs.
I guess that brings up the debate of the whole if freedom of religion thing. You know what I mean?
No,
like,
fuck that. Here in America, we do not diddle kids.
But they have that's why they have the
legally
fucking, the legal sex age, whatever. The legal, what is it?
The age of consent.
Whatever, yeah. And that shit is fucking way over than that shit.
I'm just saying, like, okay,
but
so
if that happens here, you're gonna go to fucking jail.
I'm just saying, is like, so
you rightfully should.
Ideas and cultures are clashing right now. You know,
they've been doing this. It's just now more in the forefront. Like,
so
you know what I mean?
So let's say you walked.
I've never heard of fucking Sharia law. I mean, not until now.
Not in it.
What happens? What happens if you walked into a store and you seen a grown man that was practicing what he believes in, which is his laws, right? And he was over there kissing on a little kid like that in front of you. Obviously that would upset you and that wouldn't be right. But
civil arrest, homie.
But
coming down, you come into the station,
like,
bro.
Like just and he's like, oh, that's my religion type shit. Like that is fucking weird as shit.
I'm about to choke you out. I'm gonna fucking tie you up. I'm gonna throw you on the hood of the Miata, and then we riding.
Yeah.
Yeah, because usually if someone sees that, they're gonna fucking report it for sure.
No
They're
doubt.
gonna report that shit to the cops, and then the cops are gonna fucking take.
I don't think
them
it would. I don't think it ever.
even-
That's what I'm saying. Like it would never be a norm.
They're gonna keep that shit
There's
in
no
secret.
way.
They're gonna keep that shit in secret all the time.
No way.
Especially in the United States, that shit is fucking
Like
You
why
can't
do,
say
why do
no
we
way
even need his
because
law, dude?
You can't say no way because it's been a norm for the last 2,000 years.
yeah, somewhere else.
Not in San Antonio,
here.
Texas, dog,
If not, it's in the fucking.
and not in the majority of the United States. Or
We don't know
anywhere
how
else.
long these Muslim compounds have been over here. We do not know. We are just now paying attention to it. But when you saw that map, you saw how many goddamn mosques there are. You know?
That's
Hey,
prayer.
but- yeah,
That's where
but-
they go pray.
Yeah, but
It's
look
like
up.
saying go put up a fucking map of where the fucking Christians go pray or the fucking Mormons.
No,
or,
no, no, but-
synagogues or
That-
anything like that.
That's
yeah.
not, but we don't, the problem here is what I'm saying is that, okay, if the Muslims are having this notion where you can have sex with a 9-year-old, marry a 6-year-old, that is not something that the American people should tolerate or be okay with.
They can't. It's against the law. You're.
Yeah, it's.
you
I
know what
mean, it's a conflict as far as because in a weird sense because that's what they practice and that's what they do. Let's say back home, but you can't
But
do that
if there's
here,
these compounds
you know?
here, if
they'll
there's,
get raided. They'll get raided and fucking shut down. You know what I mean? It's like anything, like the fucking coats and all that other shit.
there's definitely some compounds here, bro,
I know they're gonna.
and they are not getting raided.
Then they're in it. You know what I mean? Then
They're
someone's
hiding
fucking.
Epstein.
Then someone's fucking in it that's fucking high powered and is not letting it get raided. You know what I mean?
I
Epstein's
think,
there.
Okay, so what do y'all know about the rape gangs in the UK, the Muslim rape gangs?
Nothing. Cause I
Shit,
don't.
that was down here. My buddy was talking about that shit down here.
It has
That had
spread
happened
down
right,
here too.
That happened across the street from his mom's, right there on Blanco and like Churchill area.
It has spread down here,
Mm-hmm.
made its way to San Antonio. A Muslim rape gang. Okay, so for the last, I think maybe either 20 or 40 years, Muslim rape gangs have been more prominent in the UK, snatching up little fucking English girls and getting them addicted to drugs and kind of, I guess the word would be, man, what's the word when you
fucking that shit when you teach them, like,
Yeah.
you lead them into it.
Yeah,
What's it
yeah,
called? Groom.
grooming them
Groom.
with drugs and then pretty much fucking raping them and murdering them. So this has been going on in England for a while, but it's just now coming to the surface with people like Russell Brand talking about it and other people in the parliaments. It was not talked about until very recently. And the reason why they're not cracking down on these rape gangs is because the British government doesn't want to seem racist. They don't want to come down and have this public appearance that they have an intolerance to Muslims, and that is.
But that shouldn't even be their main thing. Then it should be like, all right, we're gonna investigate this place, these people, and then they fucking figure out like what they're doing, and that's it.
Yeah,
they
I
don't
mean-
even have to say Muslim. You know what I mean?
But Muslims aren't a race of people.
It's just like your belief.
No, I know.
you
I know
know?
Muslims aren't a race of people, but they're
That's what I'm
all they're all Afghani or Pakistani or
That's
whatever.
what I'm saying.
the fuck.
They're not a race of people. So how are you going to say if we can't do whatever because we don't want to seem racist? It's like they're not a race of people. It's a religious thing.
I'm just
unless
telling
I'm
you.
ignorant as shit to it, but
I'm just telling you that's the
theory behind it.
yeah, that's the theory behind it.
Yeah.
You know, and
But
is
they're not
it-
a race. Is it ignorant as shit to say that they're a race though, or are they a religion?
No, but yeah. So Islam is a religion, yes.
Yeah.
But the people who are most likely to be of that religion are of a particular
Middle
race.
Eastern descent.
Yeah, they're of a
we'll
of a
call it.
particular race
or from that region. we'll call it.
exactly. You know, so that stuff has spread here, and that stuff that lunacy, that same craziness that has not brought those Muslim rape gangs to justice, that blind eye is also being turned here. It's also happening here where people are like, no, you know, they're just Muslims. They're just doing their own thing. It's like, no, dude, that shit's happening here too. And we, as an American people, have to not just pay attention to it, but we have to stop it. Like, not doing something it's not going to work.
That's why people fucking report them. You know what I mean? You see some weird shit happening, they're gonna go and report it. Like, what else are you gonna do? You're not gonna go fucking take them hostage or some shit. You know? That it's like you see a crime, you're gonna fucking go, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're going like extreme. Like it's like immigrants. They come over, they have their own. They come with like their background and shit. So it's probably just immigrants coming over here thinking like it's regular, and then fucking, you know what I mean? It's not like someone from here be like, oh, I'm just gonna fucking do this shit that the way they did.
And then there's that too.
There has to be a respect of culture, though. You know, like
I don't think
there has to be.
I don't think the.
You know, you have to respect the fact that we don't get down like that. Just like if we went to your country, y'all get down a certain way, then that's how y'all conduct business. Not that it means I'm gonna fucking partake, but that's how y'all rock. That's how y'all rock. And I probably won't be visiting y'all's country, but you know, you have to understand that we don't get down with it. We don't. We'll put you under the building for that kind of shit.
Yeah, like I don't think gay people from here are gonna go straight over there where they're all fucking gonna stone them and shit. You know what I mean?
But
like,
I mean, it's mighty bold if they do bring that shit.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's almost like, well, how far do you really think you're gonna get with that? Like, do you really think that that's gonna be okay, and that you're gonna be allowed to open up these places or these communities within our communities? That's like, okay, well, this is a Cherie zone. You know, or are we considered a non-Cherie zone now at this point? You know, or well, how's that gonna fucking play? You know, and there's like this imaginary line that I can cross, and all of a sudden that we're in different worlds now within our community.
Yeah.
You know? So
yeah, it's
mighty brave if they do.
If you try to play that game out into the future, it only gets dumb. You know, like
they're brave as fuck for trying. Especially if they do it down here. Yeah.
But it's like if they wanted to do it, they'll just do it like they do it over there at what's the fucking place? Like whenever they have their own little communities where you need a security guard and all that shit.
Like
you know
in the Dominion or
yeah,
something?
yeah, there you go. Like they could do it there and then they're gonna end up getting fucking caught. You know? Like they don't have to be like, oh, this zone is like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but what? Okay, so here's the thing. Let's say I want 30 acres somewhere in Fredericksburg or somewhere 2 hours from here. I get me 30 acres somewhere. I build me some fucking buildings on this building, and I move a bunch of families in there, you know. And all my buildings are in the heart of this property, and nobody can see my property at all. I fence it all up, you know. Who's to say I can't?
There's gonna be surveillance and shit.
From who?
From anybody. Someone could fly over. You know what I mean? If they get any like a little glimpse of like, hey, there's something weird happening over here, they're gonna start fucking investigating.
I don't know, man. I really don't know. I'm just saying it's probably more possible, and there's probably more compounds than.
Dude, Texas is so big, you don't even know what the fuck's out there.
Look, okay, so the next episode, I'm going to fucking research exactly how many Muslim compounds are practicing Sharia law here in the States.
So that brings me to the fact that I got my rifle back. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, shit. Well, it was a good transition.
I don't know
dude.
what happened to your rifle. What happened to your rifle?
No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm kidding. I do have my rifle back, though. And I love it.
It sounded like he blew a kiss.
He did. He did.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's fucking funny.
Getting sexy here.
Hey, yo.
No, that's not where I wanted to go with it. That's
a
is.
good one.
That would
Yeah.
have been a good one if you would have did it right.
Magic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, they can try.
It just comes off of like people just fucking doing hate shit.
Yeah, no, I don't.
You know what I mean?
I don't want to promote a war against Muslims. I don't, especially not on our soil. But I also do not want a religion to exist in a world where I have a kid, and in the future I want her to have kids, and I want her kids to have kids, and I don't want them to be a victim of some crazy cult.
I would have to. I don't know. I still have to like talk to someone that's like Muslim and be like, hey, what the hell is like going on? You know what I mean? And if you hear from them and it's like fucking like, hey, yeah, they do that, then like, fuck, you know?
Yeah.
But then the question begs, what differs him as a Muslim from those that do? What's so different? Like, why wouldn't your buddy do it? Or if you had a buddy that, you know what I mean?
I think there's like different types. I
Like,
don't know.
Did you, because you're Muslim, did you marry a kid at 9?
When I was Muslim?
You know, yeah.
I was in jail when I was Muslim. I just liked it because of the
Everybody
prayer.
goes Muslim in jail.
I just liked it because I liked the way they pray. To me, it seemed like a beautiful submission to God and everything that the creator of the universe is. And then plus the prayer and the language is real interesting. So, you know, it's cool, you know, but I didn't learn enough about it. I
didn't get far enough to take the magic carpet ride.
Because I always hear
that's dot, not feather.
I always hear.
I learned the opening Fataha, which hold on, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but it goes like this. A'udhu billahi minash shaitan rajim.
What does that mean?
It means I seek refuge in Allah from Shaitan the accursed. A'udhu billahi minash shaitan the A'udhu billahi minash shaitan the rajim. Something like that. Yeah.
So this is why you know a lot.
So where's your compound, bro?
Right? This is why you know a lot.
So I got a 30 acre
33 degrees
38 I got 30 acres 2 hours from here.
He's just trying to be extreme right now against us so they won't fucking look into
How
him.
do you know so much about? And then you bust out in tongue?
I know, right?
It's
Or
I
whatever.
think it's Arabic. I learned it in jail. It could mean I'm a dickhead.
Like, it could mean some craziness.
Yeah, but I seek refuge in God from shaitan. They call him shaitan instead of Satan. From shaitan.
I was wondering why you said it like that. I thought you were being funny about it.
No, shaitan.
Shaitan.
Shaitan the
Okay.
accursed. A'udhu billahi minash shaitan the A'udhu billahi minash shaitan the rajim.
Imagine you just activated somebody.
Bishmi Allah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim.
Dude's coming
A'udhu
up
billahi.
right now.
Yeah. A'udhu billahi.
You're gonna have so much hate,
Dude.
You're gonna have so much hate, dude.
I don't
Edit.
know.
There you go. That's how you work
We
that.
getting
That's how
live,
you
baby.
work that.
Yeah, we summoning motherfuckers over here, brother.
Hell yeah.
You know what I just did? Boom, unlocked a hot wing racer.
Did something over there. I don't know what you done did.
Y'all remember
we
the
don't
fucking-
know what you did.
Y'all remember the Vice City code for fucking? Do you remember any codes?
No.
None.
No. Fucking Tony Hawk codes.
Like
You
up-
remember?
like
but
the,
you,
Hawk
like the
codes.
up, down, left, rights and
yeah,
shit? No.
I played
not a
the
single.
fuck out of Vice City. All right, so I know fucking R1, R2, L1, R2, left, down, right, up, left, down, right, up. Boom! I've got all the guns.
Motherfucker doing finishing moves and shit on Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, and that was another weird thing. Was homeboy put some fucking? He put like a cheat code on one of the bullets.
What's a cheek?
Oh yeah, he did.
He did.
And then did you hear about the last one that they read out?
Which one was it?
You're gay.
Yeah,
You're gay
if you read this, you're gay.
That shit was
LMAO.
That shit was stupid.
Fucked
Dude.
up, bro. Like, a real comedian.
That's
I
crazy.
wonder if they're gonna execute him all fucking in front of a firing squad.
Nah,
Like,
they don't even do that no more.
Utah
They do.
definitely does that.
They do?
Somebody just
Yeah.
got executed by firing squad.
Yeah,
in
I think
Utah.
that
I
like,
saw
no
two of them
doubt.
last year,
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Damn,
They
that's
will
crazy. I thought they
shoot your
did it.
ass.
and I think they're gonna like make it fast too. Like, yeah, no,
Fuck it.
you're gonna get speedy justice, homie.
But
That's
it's crazy.
almost kind of scary though.
Did you see him jumping off the building? But he didn't have nothing.
I didn't see the rifle. Yeah,
Right?
Didn't see the rifle.
Then how the
Did he
fuck
jump
did
it
he-
down? Did he throw it down before?
They just chunked that hole or what?
I don't know.
So, supposedly he broke it down and put it in his backpack,
What?
but
None of it makes sense.
none of it makes sense.
So the like we were saying at the beginning,
Muddy.
it's so muddy. The waters, you
Yeah.
can't see anything.
You're at the bottom of a lake trying to fucking see what's going on and shit. And You're
Yeah.
just over there swimming in circles, dude.
And then that dude doesn't even really look like the way fucking his real like the way they showed him on TV.
Y'all
Like
want
when
to
they
see a
caught him.
video? I think we got a video here.
Yeah, there was somebody that was talking about that he broke down the rifle, that the rifle was broke down. He put it together up top, did his thing, broke it down, put it in his backpack, jumped off, and then put it back together in the woods for them to find.
Why would
Kind
you
of
do
shit.
that?
Exactly the
doesn't-
That
question.
is the strangest thing.
Yeah, like he left breadcrumbs kind of thing. But at
You
the
know-
same time, it's like, oh boy was like, if you know anything about a Mauser, which I don't, I'm ignorant as shit. He was like, it's a pain in the balls to do that.
That looks like a whole wooden stock. Remember, we
You know,
looked it up.
Yeah, but you can take it apart kind of like an SKS. You could slide the wood part off and shit. But apparently, I don't know.
Was it like a bolt action? Shit?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a bolt action.
Yeah, that shit. And then too, he went straight home. Like he just fucking was chilling at home and shit.
Yeah, look at that fucking thing. Like, why would you to break that barrel down?
Mm-hmm.
I guess
To be able to shove that in, to shove that in
And
the
you gotta
backpack?
adjust the scope, right? You gotta adjust the scope.
Yeah, the shit's all got to be taken to pieces and shit,
yeah,
dude.
yeah. How did he get the shot off if it was broken down? Because like he says now it's broken down.
Hey, he put it together from what they're saying, that somebody was saying anyways, that he put it together up there, took a shot.
Cause then
So that means the scope wasn't sighted in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That it maintained accuracy. That's exactly
How
what
the
he was
fuck
saying.
is that possible?
Exactly.
On a Mauser?
And even, let's just say, even if the kid did this over and over and over again and tried it and practiced it, right? Why? Why would you need to do that? Especially when you have modern stuff now these days that can fold in half if you really wanted it to shove in a backpack. You're not shoving that into a fucking backpack, dude.
You think there was something to be said about the Mauser itself, like the weapon was a statement?
I don't know.
I mean,
I
it
don't
would
know.
have to be at that
weird.
point,
It's just weird.
right? Like maybe because of its accuracy. It's a hunting rifle. Hunting rifles are meant for their accuracy, their power.
Dude, this kid was by no means a broke kid. You know what I mean? He lived at home from what we're gathering. His parents were decently well off. He was a sheriff or something like that, and his mom, whatever. He wasn't a broke kid. I can go to Academy and buy a freaking bolt action rifle that will shoot 100 yards, a decent group, for $500. He could have went and got anything. Maybe that's all he had, and he didn't want to leave a paper trail. But then, if you don't want to leave a paper trail, then why leave the gun behind?
And the bullets with fucking inscription.
You know what I mean?
That means
Why
that he wanted to get caught.
Yeah.
Also, think about his clothing when he went up there. He just had sunglasses to cover his face. That was the only thing,
Right?
Yeah.
I would be like, you have a shiesty
Why not?
on
Why
or
not? I mean,
something.
why not have a full face mask? If he had a full face mask, he would have been completely unrecognizable.
Yo.
Yeah.
They couldn't even find him. The only way is because he confessed to his dad and his
No,
fucking,
no.
That's what they
A
said.
pastor saw him or something like that.
Nah.
A pastor got in touch with his dad and convinced him to turn himself in. That's the news that's been circulating.
See, and he has a different view of it, so that means he's heard something different.
Yeah,
so that's how
I heard-
muddy this shit really
I
is.
heard-
There's
I
so
heard
many
he-
different views.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't make it just some of it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
You know, we have way too many views of everything, and there's so much information getting thrown so fast. It's kind of almost like the same, but the opposite of what happened with, like, say, JFK. The minimal amount of information created conspiracy theory. Now we're getting an abundance of information, and it is creating almost the same amount of conspiracy theory. Like, what exactly really fucking happened?
Yeah.
You know, because now you have 90,000 fucking stories versus that one. It's like, okay, I have that one, but is that really what happened? But then you have 90,000. You're like, well, what the fuck do I believe?
Yeah. Well,
You know, it's kind of the weird same
the-
but similar, or same but different.
the Charlie Sheen interview on Rogan reminded me of all the crazy. Well, it didn't remind me, but it kind of touched base on all this crazy stuff about JFK, like all the witnesses that got assassinated. The first eyewitnesses that ended up getting, like, mysteriously killed
Because they said something about it?
because they saw the actual,
Oh, wow.
because they were on that strip. So that's something I haven't looked into. I
For
mean,
sure.
But it seems like there's more questions there than there are anything. And plus the magic bullet. And I think time has gotten so far away from Kennedy. In the 90s, it was probably more relevant because it was only 30 years away. But now it's been 60 years.
Well, some things actually came up more recent about the JFK, that the fact that the driver shot him. Have you heard that theory?
I've heard about that, and I
Yeah.
also heard that was fake news.
You know?
So again, the muddied waters.
Yep.
I was waiting for just a detailed report from some podcaster to say, "Hey, this is what happened," you know, and that hasn't happened yet. Like it's like
You gotta kind of have to be careful what you're saying too. Maybe you know a little too much, and you're talking about
in today's
witnesses got off.
information. No, I mean that, like I said, that was on Rogan.
Yeah.
In today's information, all this is out there, and I think, some of it is purposely to muddy the waters.
Oh yeah, like a smoke and mirrors kind of thing.
Exactly.
For sure.
Like,
I mean, the fact that millions of people has attention has focused to one thing right now. Maybe there is something that's going on that we don't know about. And now we're so hyper focused on Charlie Kirk, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but at the same time, like, we're so hyper focused on it.
One of the first things my kid said, and I was probably really proud of her when she said it, she was all like, this all seems like it's a cover up for something else.
Distraction or what?
And then she says, she says Epstein.
Oh, I saw that on the comments.
My 15-year-old daughter.
Yeah.
Well,
she's all like,
for sure.
I think this is a cover up for Epstein. And I was like, oh my God, I've taught you well.
A cover up. This particular incident is a cover up for Epstein?
I don't know. She
it's
said
just
it.
like a distraction, probably.
She said it, and I was like, you know what, kid?
Like, you talked to her a lot about Epstein or what?
She's got a phone.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, she's got juju.
She's got a phone.
Oh, well, I'm just saying, like, if, no, but I'm just
Snapchats.
saying, like, if it ever came up, you fucking talk about it.
I guess some. I talked to her about all kinds of stuff, but she's more on the social media than I am, because I'm on it 0 and she's on it more than 0. So with that being said, she's got all kinds of access to information and stuff like that.
Yeah, kids have gained access to a lot of information and kind of created their own little ways of thinking.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's because, like, say, like, I talk to, like, my daughter about something, and then, like, it'll be like, it opens something up on them, and then they'll be like, go research it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why I just asked if you talked to her about it, and then maybe that's what made her, like.
I definitely did. I definitely have mentioned it to her.
Because kids want to be like, then why didn't my dad talk to me about this? And then they start fucking, like, Google's there, so they just fucking Google that shit.
Yeah, but there's also a lot of that, the victims and all that. Like you said, there's a lot of attention to Epstein right now, especially on the left, especially with everything going on. And so, I don't know, but that was the first thing that she came to.
In high school, too. High school's, high school's fucking, like, they're just talking about everything. My daughter was all like, hey, did you hear this dude got killed? And I was like, what the fuck, But it's probably, they said it was all over social media, the fucking video and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there's some graphic videos.
Dude,
yeah, I couldn't watch it, man. It was.
I was hoping he watched it.
I've watched a few of them, man.
I just
it's
saw
pretty graphic.
one from a very far angle, and I didn't see any blood.
You should have saw
it. Wasn't zoomed in or anything. I didn't want to see any of that.
I saw the front row footage.
Yeah.
That was brutal, man.
That shit gush.
I can't.
But see, like, I dissected it a different way, though, because, like, I seen the blood and all that, and I'm like, oh, that's not good, But then I kind of started watching other parts of the video. The more I watched, more and more I watched it, like his neck bulging and kind of where his shirt was popping and just things around him, and some of that shit don't add up, man.
Right? Didn't you see him go for his chest or something?
No, like.
Well, he falls in a weird direction, dude.
Does he go like that or something? Like, I don't know.
Like, if you got shot, I say you, just in general, anything that gets shot with a high-powered rifle, if that's what happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
You would typically, the amount of kinetic energy that's behind that ammo, whatever it is, unless it's like a little 22 or something, but a 30-06, that's a heavy round. That drops mule deer.
Where's
and shit.
the exit wound?
Well, the thing is that there's enough energy that it will push you into that direction. You have no choice. You're not going to go against the force of that energy. And if that bullet came down that way, he would have slumped to the back right. In theory, you would think.
His back left.
That way.
To his right, because it came in this way, supposedly. So, if it entered his front left, which is where it entered, right? Yeah.
Oh, it should have pushed him.
It should have pushed him the other direction in a sense. He would have went with the energy of that round.
Okay.
But instead, he slumped the opposite direction.
Oh, he went front left.
Yes. So where did that round come from?
Where did the energy come from?
Yes. Because there's another video and, of course, another theory that they stopped this video dead in its tracks, and you can see a projectile coming from when those two gentlemen were standing.
Shut the fuck up.
And so that would make sense why his shirt pops that certain direction, why he fell that certain direction.
I saw the shirt pop.
In that direction. Because, I mean,
it popped
his
away.
back of his shirt would have popped if you got shot from the front. he would have fell in that direction, and then that energy would have pushed him in that direction where the round was eventually going to be. And where it was going to be, according to the word they're saying, is from the front to the back. Would have pushed him backwards.
Wow.
In theory.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah,
So-
his fucking head would have jerked or some shit, right? Like,
Yeah, I mean, he froze up, but then you can see he moved in a certain direction where if, you would shoot something, from a certain angle, you would follow the way of the bullet travel, in a sense.
Damn, now I got to do some looking up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, when I first saw that, they showed me, when I was at work, they showed me that video, and then I was all like, first, I was all right, and then it was so up close, and then you just see it come in, and then you just see all this blood come out. I was like, damn, that looks fake. It looked fake, but I was like, dude, he's dead.
I mean, if it happened the way it happened, I mean, you can clearly see that he didn't suffer. It's clear as day that didn't happen.
I was arguing with this guy yesterday.
Let's see. So it
doesn't
doesn't
show.
show it. Yeah, so I don't know where I would even be able to see it like that because I don't.
What do you call it? Okay, can you die instantly like that or no? It's just like
The mass, you can see his neck when he gets hit. His neck bulges almost twice the size to where your cervicals or your spinal and all that is starting right there, and that's the weak point right there for sure. There's a good chance that was severed almost immediately.
Yeah, because I was
so
arguing.
he probably didn't feel a thing.
I was arguing with this
for
guy.
sure.
I was like,
if we're gonna
dude,
take anything away from that, but
Yeah.
like he didn't. From the looks of it, he probably,
Yeah,
he
I was
didn't
like,
feel it.
He did reach for his neck
no,
though.
but not even all the way. Like he just went like something like this. Then he just
His arms just clenched up.
Yeah.
He already had a hold of something, so that means that his muscles were already somewhat tensed up, and so that doing that and then losing all your motor functions, your body just naturally will just tense up.
Gotcha.
So
because I was telling him, I was like, I think he just like fucking like not instant, but like a dead, and he's all like, nah, they're carrying him to the ambulance, and that's how he died. I was like, dude, when they were carrying him, he was limp, like just fucking.
Yeah, it was pretty quick.
Yeah.
He lost a lot of blood, like pints of blood immediately.
Yeah.
Like that, it was pretty brutal.
Yeah, I thought it was an interesting choice that President Trump decided to make that announcement himself. Like the world was waiting to hear whether or not he was alive or dead, and we didn't know until Trump himself said he died.
I would not think somebody would live from that shit.
Yeah, and so then I started thinking, like, well, why did Trump obviously gave the order to say nobody's going to make the announcement. I'm going to make the announcement.
Well, it's because they kind of added him to his campaign or something.
Well, yeah, no, I get it, but it just seemed like Trump found it necessary that he make the announcement of his death. Although we can all see from the video that he died instantly, pretty much,
Yeah.
if not on the way to the hospital.
I mean, there's other theories out there too that, they're saying that he was critical condition when he got to the hospital. And that means that he was alive.
Yeah, which fat chance, and
slim chance, dude.
Which tells me, there has to be some sort of reason why Trump wanted to make that announcement. That he himself wanted to take it upon himself to make that announcement.
Well, it's because it's gonna work with him now. Like it's gonna work. It works for him.
Yeah, and check it out though.
Because it's gonna help him be like, all right, yeah, they're extremists and all this other stuff.
But also, Trump's the guy who delivered the message about the dude being in custody. We were all fucking waiting, but Trump's the guy who broke that news as well. So Trump delivered the news. He broke the news on Kirk's death, and then
the arrest.
And then he broke the news on the arrest.
Did he say? Was he the first person to say anything about the woman getting stabbed up?
No.
So that wasn't
it's just
as
politically
significant.
All this is gonna be it's gonna be all drawn by like political stuff.
Yeah, no, it's
what I
already been there because he was a political figure.
I know that's why, but it's gonna work more in Trump's favor because he's gonna use that against Democrats or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, he's gonna pretty much write a rule that he's gonna have a third term. He's coming back.
Well, see, this is definitely this is the conversation to be
That's
had.
been the conversation
This
before.
is the conversation is what this is going to speed the pendulum further. This is going to swing it along more to the right. It's going to increase the speed of which that pendulum is going to max out. If not, if it might even break its barrier coming back up. So we might see an increase in ideals that align with the right.
The
What
traditionalist.
What does that mean? Traditionalist.
Man.
And to the extreme end of that, totalitarianism. Okay, but let's hold on that for now. So we have traditionalists, we have nationalists, we have patriotism, we have an influx or an increase in religious practice like Christianity and conservative values, like small government, shit like that, like the traditional values that the Republican Party stood for. So what does that mean? Like, if that is about to speed up, what does that mean? If is it going to max out at totalitarianism if we're talking about taking away gun rights for transgenders? I mean, it says here that they think that the shooter was tranny, involved and all that. So that's giving more fuel to that fire, And Abbott's already fucking banning Muslims owning property. Is that pretty much what it said? Muslims,
something along them, yeah, something like that.
So we are on this cusp. What could we practically assign to happen next?
It's just now that they're like, since everything's changing and stuff, or stuff's coming out in the open, they just gonna have to make new laws or something. You know what I mean?
Like
it's
what?
just like updated laws. Like,
so we're gonna outlaw Muslims.
No, it's just like not saying that they can't buy property, but hey, y'all can't be doing like, you know what I mean? Like this kind of stuff or not. They're gonna, if they buy property, like they're not gonna ask like, hey, you're Muslim when you're buying property.
It seems like it's gonna be a fucking question now, dude.
My biggest thing is if it swings so far right, and you're talking about the pendulum effect, right? And if let's say that it goes all the way up, what happens on the swing? Because we all know the law of physics. We know that what comes up to here must come back to the same point, right? It'll eventually start there or in there. The first point comes back. So we go so far right. Does it make that swing even crazier or even more radical when it gets to the left side? Does it even make it more radical?
It becomes full communism.
So it's like we wait for that swing to happen, or not necessarily wait for it, but we anticipate that swing to happen, and then it's like, okay, then do we anticipate the swing going back and even worse than it was before, and into the crazy realm of the psychopathics, what us common folk would consider the psychopaths?
Exactly.
And then that is tenfold now.
Yep.
Yep. So that's the scarier part for me.
Yeah.
To think about that. I mean, what's going on right now, it's scary as shit. But to think when it comes back, that pendulum comes back around, that's the scary part.
And if this pendulum right now is up to the point where we're talking about banning Muslims from owning Texas property, and we're banning trannies from owning guns.
Imagine the opposite.
It's like, okay, so the left gave...
You know what I mean? You just allow nothing but Muslims to come in here and buy property. And then you're like, well, we're actually going to put ads on TV for trannies to buy guns and shit like that, and almost promote it. And promote it. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so...
the whole swing of it, like you say,
So the right it seems like right now they're taking rights away from the rights that were given on the left side when it was last up there, like the right to have sexual expression such as transgender ideals, and to import so many different people from other cultures so that we can build that melting pot, and build that progress that we should have, but it happened too much. Like there's too much of it all at once the last time during Biden's reign. Like there was way too much immigrants coming in, melting in with our culture in such an extreme fashion that it was happening too quickly for us to, I guess, acclimate
to their ideologies and shit.
Exactly. You know, or for them to acclimate to ours.
And I kind of, not firsthand account, but my mom can speak on it, and I've talked to my mom about it, that, you know, that's why she doesn't go back to Germany. It's because the influx of the Muslim culture and the fact that they have completely ran it into the ground, and that there's no more law and order.
And so,
you know, so
Germany is actually a perfect example of how a pendulum could get broken in one spot.
Yeah.
So Germany had WW1, WW2, and the pendulum was on the right. It stayed on the right. It didn't move from the right. It was there on the right. And then after the end of World War II, it stayed on the left. Hasn't moved from the left. It's been on the left. That pendulum is moving so slow.
Yeah.
It's actually not moving at all. It's almost
it's almost stagnant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who's to say that our pendulum won't stop? Like, it gains momentum, it breaks the fucking thing, and it just stays there, like what happened in your country.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess the speed of it, but
what if another party just fucking comes out all, you know what I mean?
There's nothing. You know, what can possibly, dude? I had a lot of faith in RFK. In the independent party, I had a lot of faith.
Hey, that's what it was competition, and Trump got him. He's all like, hey, come in.
And
can't beat him, join him, dude.
Yeah, you know, and
you're like, hey, you ain't got to do that much work. Shit, just come over here.
I don't know, man. You know, it does seem like there's a weird pendulum swing that might stagnate, just like it did in your country.
Or at least come to a slower progression.
But here's gonna be worse. Here's gonna be worse because everybody has guns and shit. There's gonna be more assassinations, and you know what I mean.
Damn.
Like I'm guessing there's gonna, because over there they don't have guns, do they?
It's a little more difficult to get
right.
them.
And over here everybody has it.
Here for sure.
And here, like, it's a lot more people. Like, say this is just a couple people trying to assassinate people, but later on, there's gonna be like more hate, more everything. And then whoever, you better be fucking have a shitload of security, you know?
Keep that powder dry.
Wow.
For sure. That's the unfortunate part of it. I was talking with somebody, a coworker yesterday, about all that, and he was like, you know, well, how do you survive? And it's like, well, you know, depends on what goes on, but you ain't got no choice but to hunker down, dude. We live in a big city, dude.
Yeah.
You know, if you think you're going to get on the highway and go for a ride, you're sadly mistaken.
Yeah.
You know, because if you don't get robbed and looted and murdered or whatever first, you're not going to get anywhere.
Just like The Walking Dead.
Gridlocked.
Yeah.
You know,
just like The Walking Dead.
You know, you get you a couple buckets of freaking food and some rice and beans and water, shit paper, and hunker the fuck down. You know, get your kids, if you got kids, to understand how to load a gun and fire a gun if needed. If not, then go in that room over there.
Yeah.
You know, try to protect you as much as I can, but hopefully it never gets to that. That would suck.
Yeah, I mean,
it'd be pandemonium, dude.
So right now in France,
we don't need that.
In France, they're undergoing civil unrest.
Mm-hmm.
In the UK, they're undergoing civil unrest. They started going. Okay, so in the UK, they did the same shit that we did here as far as housing migrants in fancy hotels.
Yeah.
Y'all hear about that?
Yeah.
So we did that here, but in the UK, they did that, and they're still doing it. And the locals are done. They're tired of it. They want it. They're trying to get those motherfuckers the fuck out of there. They started going from hotel to hotel, emptying, raiding these, looting.
Like ice raids almost.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
So it's coming to a boiling point.
I mean, it's kind of fucked up though in a sense, because you done brought them in and then you're gonna kick them out.
But I think it's
it's like, damn.
When they when they bring in the migrants or whatever,
not condoning
and
them.
put them in wherever they put them, it's all money play, I think, too.
Yeah, but we also did the same thing. So
Yeah,
we had open borders.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they're bringing them over here. They know they're gonna, hey, we're picking these hotels or whatever, or wherever we're gonna put y'all. Where the government's gonna give you money to these fucking owners. They're doing it like, for me, like, there's always like a different back something in the background that they're making money off.
Yeah,
of.
some back
Oh,
deals.
no doubt. Yeah,
You know
some of those politicians probably have some investment in Hilton hotels, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna stage them in Hilton hotels." Yeah, we are. You're sure right, because the government's gonna give us $150 a head to house them every day.
Yeah.
Let's put how many rooms we got? Yeah, for sure. Well, the whole thing. Fucking fill them up.
And then I can just charge my insurance after they wreck the place or something like that.
There's always some little something,
But imagine they'll make way more money than whatever they're gonna cost to just repair.
Same thing with the prison system. They encourage crime almost because they want you to be in prison.
Damn.
It's a privatized thing now.
Yeah.
People are making billions of dollars on that shit just to house you in a cell for 23 hours.
And that's what I was saying about not saying, but that's what I was thinking about. Say cops, whatever the SAPD or wherever you're from, what do you call it? They're supposed to be protecting the citizens and stuff. Why are they out there just fucking hey, you look like a criminal, I'm gonna get you, or hey, just kind of starting shit instead of being community.
Yeah. There is some good cops and bad cops. I think the kind of person that becomes a cop are there's people that want to do good and to contribute to their community and to be a good force on this planet, and then there's people that have the power trip that want to exert their power on someone else, and that's one of the best means to do so.
The people that want to do good and the people that actually do good. It's you wanted to do good probably when you became a cop, but then you probably went some other route versus the guys that are I'm a do good kind of guy, and this is what I do. I'm all about the community. Oh, you need a ride somewhere, I'll give you a ride. Or, hey, you said your family's down and out, I'm going to go buy you a Christmas tree, out of my pocket, type shit.
Yeah.
You don't hear enough about that, though, for sure. I think that would be cool to see, but I don't think it'll ever happen, for sure.
You see
it's all about negativity these days, man. The negativity gets more plays.
Oh yeah, than anybody does something good.
Outrage, right?
Or that one time when the cop was playing basketball with those kids.
Yeah, remember? I mean, just videos like that, you'll see them and they'll get 500,000, 1 million views or something. But let it be somebody getting murdered and shit, dude's got 6 million, however many views he's got, almost 400,000 in 4 hours. You know what I mean? It's insanity, the fact that people will watch the most negative shit and they're quick to it versus saying, hey, I'd rather watch this video about Shaquille O'Neal going over here and buying this kid this laptop. You just see that one? From what I understand, Shaquille O'Neal's a pretty solid dude, but they were in a store, at the Apple store, and the kid was looking at computers and he bought all the kids Apple computers. And the fucking things are $2,500 a wop. And there was 3 or 4 of them. He just spent 10 fucking grand.
Yep.
It was, he's got the bread.
Yeah, it ain't shit.
But to still have that in your heart. Because, think about it. People get money, man. They get stingy with that shit, and they don't want to spend no money. That's how they stay fucking rich.
Yep.
Hey, he was from San Antonio, no? Or he was around here?
Shaquille O'Neal?
Yeah.
Yeah, he went to Cole. He wasn't from San Antonio. His parents were in the military or some shit. And so this is one of the places that he basically grew up was here. He went to Cole High School and graduated from Cole.
Where's Cole?
It was on Fort Sam. I don't even think it's still open.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, it was on base.
Oh.
So,
Fort Sam's a cool ass base.
That's why he talks about San Antonio so much, because Charles Barkley would get to rapping his lips and shit, and then he's just laughing about the shit, but he doesn't actually make comments about it because motherfucker, you from here halfway, you know what I mean? You gonna make fun of your own damn city, you know, where you came from, in a sense.
Respect.
Don't be a bitch.
Yeah.
Because when you come back down here, motherfuckers gonna remember you.
Yeah.
Because we give Charles Barkley all kinds of shit.
Goddamn. Oh, child.
I mean, he kind of right on most of the shit he says, though. I ain't gonna lie.
What is it? They're all fat.
There's a bunch of big girls down here. He's like, there's a bunch of churro eating big girls or some shit. It's like,
no shit.
Yeah, he was talking shit.
He kind of's right, though. There's some big gals down here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because everything comes with tortillas. You know what I'm
There's
saying?
some tortas out here. What they call them now.
Yep.
You know?
Them gorditas.
Mm-hmm. Gorditas.
Gorditas. Me like you gorditas.
Yeah. I mean, teach his own.
Yeah, for sure.
The bigger the pushing. What is it?
It's the bigger the push, the bigger the cushion,
the bigger the panza, the bigger the chanza.
Yeah, bigger the panza. Yeah, the bigger the panza, the better the chanza.
I never even heard that one.
Yeah, bigger the panza, the better the chanza.
Damn.
Dude, you're good, dude.
You're more Mexican than me.
Yeah. That was fucking beezy. That was straight beezy.
I've definitely worked with some some Spanish speaking folk, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And honestly, some of them motherfuckers be the funniest sons of bitches, man.
Yeah.
You know, that gets down with that shit. Silly sons of bitches. Just don't piss in a cup and leave it in the closet, bro. It's disgusting. They do that. It's disgusting, bro.
I'm pretty sure that was just a personal thing.
No.
Fucking-
Nah, dude.
You are stereotyping some shit.
Nah, dude. Like that's what they do, bro. Like,
Who? The Mexican dudes you worked with?
Like the nationals, like the actual, like they'll piss in a 40-ounce cup and leave it in the closet, dude. Like we were building a hotel, for instance, and it was all over every fucking closet, damn near, because they don't want to go all the way downstairs. They're on the 5th floor. They're not trying to walk down the stairs, go take a piss. They're like, fuck that, I got that cup. I'm pissing that, and then they're like, well, what do I do with it now?
It was just the one guy working on every floor.
Yeah, it may be.
He was just leaving a little gift for you,
dude.
bro.
But it's not the only job site I've seen.
That was the
shit,
electrician of the building, just like, hey, fuck this plumber.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. Some shady shit, but
I would have just pissed on the wall. It's all already being built and shit.
I mean, the plumbing's already there, dude.
I would have tossed it out the window, tossed the piss cup out the window. And why walk down there? You know, there's a window somewhere. You know, it's probably taped up. Plastic
Hotels don't have windows you can open now.
Yeah, you sure right.
So when they got windows up, you ain't opening that window. You know, and if you can, it's like this much. You know, you get like a little tiny bit, so
not
little
enough
fucking
for piss.
Heat, not unless the heat.
If you know how to aim, you know how to aim.
You know
You know how to
saying?
aim real good.
Just fucking rainbow that shit right out the window, dude.
So
Hit
outside,
hit the screen, bounce back a little bit. You know, no big deal.
Yeah.
I didn't leave a cup. I didn't leave a fucking cup.
Yeah, that's how you track them too. You find out who's eating what for lunch, and you find that motherfucker.
You just look at everybody. They got 20 ounces, and
You're like,
oh,
you're
that
the
guy's got
Bill
a
Miller.
Route 44. You're the son of a bitch.
You motherfucker.
Oh, the icy or the polar pop.
Yeah, and then
you're
you
the
just
guy.
you fill it up. You fill up his polar pop with that pissy.
One of the Mountain Dew or what?
One from the top floor, so it's extra fucking.
all fermented. Gross, dude.
Yeah, man.
Well, with that being said, I got to.
You got to go. We're gonna end it now on the fermented PP idea.
So
All
it's
right.
already 4:44, which
All
is
right.
hey, that's a great number.
Okay. Well, let's wrap it
Represents
up
it.
for some final thoughts, man. Start off with Jose here. You got any final thoughts? Or you want to tell a story, or we can finish that story
next time.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you got a scary story from what I
Nah,
understand.
it wasn't even scary.
No?
That's what
that wasn't.
I
Scary.
hyped it up. I'm sorry.
It was scary when I was little.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
all like, it was scary
Yes.
until I got that ride, and that was real scary, you know. But
It's kind of like in the same zone, but I was younger.
Damn.
It's so many stories.
Yeah, I know. We'll save that story. We got.
Yeah, next time.
All right, so we'll save it up. We'll wrap it up with some final. Any final thoughts, Jose?
Going back to do not get in cars with strangers.
That's a good final thought. I love
That's
that
mine.
final thought. That's a solid final thought, and I second that.
that's a I third that.
Yeah.
But
Dave, final thoughts.
final thoughts. 9/11 just happened too.
Yeah.
With everything going on, kind of stirred that into the mix. So, I'd like to say that let's not forget about that just because of this happening. It's tragic what happened, but 9/11 was a pretty tragic thing too. So let's not forget about that. But life is great, man.
Yeah.
Life is good.
Good point, man. That is a solid final thought. I do agree with that. With everything that's been going on, we got
lost.
We didn't even get to remember 9/11.
I scrolled through Instagram and maybe seen a few posts about 9/11, the whole never forget.
Yep.
But everything else was people are changing profile pictures and the whole nine to Charlie Kirk.
So 2025, we actually ended up forgetting 9/11.
They
I
had
can-
something
I can-
downtown.
honestly,
No, I know there was stuff,
Yeah, no doubt.
but
not on that level.
culturally,
Yeah.
we forgot 9/11.
Yeah.
But
It just didn't.
Every year, there's not even that much. You know what I mean?
But there's more. There's more.
Overshadowing it.
Yeah, it almost like it wasn't even on the back burner. It wasn't even on the stove at all.
Every
You
year
know what I mean?
they
It was just kind of lingering in the background somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Not trying to like downplay or like we should downplay what the fuck just happened because
Yep.
it's pretty fucked up. But what I'm saying is just I ain't forgot about it.
Yep.
That's all
Remember
I'm saying.
9/11.
For sure.
Okay.
For sure.
I dig it. My final thought, I would like to say, we need to try to be a little less divisive, and try to find that common ground that we can really get back to common sense. And I'd like to get back to have the conversations. You know, I mean, we got to kind of continue to have the conversations that Kirk was having, but in a less divisive manner, for sure. You know, I mean, some stuff I could agree with him, and a lot of stuff I couldn't. As far as the attitude, you know, I mean, dunking on college kids isn't really a place where I, as a man, find to get my rocks off on. You know, I mean, when I was voting for Trump at the beginning of this election season, I watched Kirk every day, and then I'd stopped watching at least 6 after Trump got elected, for sure, or right before he got elected, because at some point it was just dunking on college kids, dumbass college kids, you know, and that's.
But that's exactly what he stood for, though, was the fact that he wanted you to be able to disagree.
Yeah, no, I know.
That was the whole premise of what the fuck he was about, you know, in a sense. Was it's okay to disagree. You don't agree, and that's fine. And I get what you're saying.
I think
like
after a certain point, he had moved up in the world to the debate stage, and he should have stayed there. You know what I mean? Because dunking on college kids, that's at a certain point, that has to be below you as a man. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm just gonna prove everybody fucking right. You know, everybody wrong. You know what I mean? Because that's kind of my stance.
That was his like character. You know what I mean?
I know that was his shtick. I get it. That was his shtick, and he died. He died doing what he loved, and I appreciate it, and I love him for that.
Yeah.
But you know, I think we need to kind of move more towards a realm where we're doing less dunking and more cooperating and educating, and that would be a healthy,
like a bashing almost.
Kinda
you know,
like learning to live with each other. You know, like not fucking getting so physical or like down, like, you know, talking down on someone just because they believe a certain thing. Just, you know, like, you believe that, all right, I believe this, all right, we could still, you know,
exactly have
the coexist.
The coexistence and the compassion that we're all human beings and we should be treated like that. But with that being said, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, man.
All right, man.
Hey, before we leave though, next year will be 25 years. Speaking of 9/11, 25 years ago.
Damn.
So it's a little ways away, of course, but you know, 25. Just put that in perspective. 25 years ago that happened. That's insanity. Because I remember vividly where I was and what happened.
Yeah, me too.
You know,
Mrs. Thompson's choir class.
I don't remember the exact name, but I remember at school. I remember Humvees and tanks rolling down the street because I was less than a quarter mile from base.
Yeah.
So it was like locked down.
Yeah.
You know, insanity. And then an immediate thought in my head, my dad's going to war. And that's what the fuck happened. You know, so yeah, 25 years next year.
Let's talk more about that next episode.
We'll definitely talk
I
more
want to talk about 9/11. We didn't even get to talk about it, you know, this episode, except at the end here. But yeah, let's do
There's
it.
definitely more to talk about.
Yep.
Later.
Later.